Welcome back to Believe in You. It is the day after Liar's Night. People are generally sprawled in their rooms, collapsed on their bed, sleeping in longer than they have in a bit. Small bits of stuffing and cotton and child limbs are strewn about the house in a terribly gory display. But, life keeps going, even after a huge fight.
Happy. Frisian. Sorry. Who's waking up first? Let's roll initiative.
Well, I think it's either Free or Artemis. I think it might be Free today.
Yeah, we'll say free.
Free, you are up. Carling is not yet. But also, you think you're only up because something about existence makes you want to wake up at 5 a.m. all the time.
This is accurate.
Ooh, does free actually get... No, we still have child limbs everywhere.
Yeah, we still have child limbs
Free's
everywhere.
like, when she first wakes up, and she's just like laying next to Carling, morning light not quite there yet. It's like, ooh, it would be so nice to just lay here and have a nice thing. But then she remembers there's child corpses. So she gets up to clean up the child corpses that are in her house where she lives.
Sounds so deep.
To be fair, they're not really strewn about. We've mostly gotten, and by we, I mean, I think it's just Artemis, has mostly gotten the child viscera out of the cotton stuffing and has arranged them
Yeah, I
in
think we like
semi-piles.
last night with like everyone like piecing them apart, at least.
There's so much blood in the floorboards. There's so many holes in the floorboards. Like child-sized mole holes in the floorboards.
So I guess if either making sure all the child bits are together, or if we finish that last night, then I guess she's gonna go out and find like, I don't know, a cart to move them to the cemetery in.
Maybe a tarp as well.
Yeah. Oh, nothing's gonna be open. I think she's gonna go just straight to the cemetery.
That's gonna be open the day after Liar's Night?
It's like 5 in the morning.
Oh, it's 5 in the morning.
I think she's gonna go to the cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kiss
you get
Ellie
up.
on the forehead.
You guys have some sort of cart in the back.
Yeah.
It's used for food a lot, but
Not anymore.
yeah, maybe you tell yourself that you'll clean it, maybe you tell yourself that you'll burn it. Either one. You make your way out. Everyone else mostly seems to be asleep very reasonably. N is wandering around, but doesn't, just sort of stays like on the opposite side of the room from you. Kobolds are still asleep.
Gives N a little okay finger sign.
And does not respond in kind, thankfully. That would be weird.
That'd be weird. I'd be worried about little imps and closets.
A squirrel does the okay finger sign. Stare at it.
How extensive is the damage to our place? Pretty bad?
Aren't there like 14 of them?
Something like that.
Yeah, it could be worse, supposedly. Like, no walls have really been broken. Like, you've seen this place way worse, but it's still like,
Big mess.
yeah, you can see upwards into the next floor pretty easily. So,
Free looks up, sees N again through the hole.
And looks down on you. Peasants.
Yeah, I don't think Free's gonna, like, take the bodies to the cemetery, because, like, Artemis, at the very least, was, fairly involved with helping clean up, so I think I'm not sure if she'll want to be there for like ceremony or whatever, or to come with when Free moves the body, so she's not questioned and goes to jail because she's bad at talking to people.
Mm-hmm. God, that would happen.
Hey, why you gotta... Is this a cart full of corpses? Child corpses?
Yes, they're child corpses. They were in our basement. Leaves inside.
In our basement. Doing some spring cleaning. Oh my god.
Not our children.
What a town.
Other people's children.
What a town! So yeah, Free's just gonna take herself, I think, to the cemetery. I don't know, maybe ask some questions about what was it, Feast of the Dead?
Something along those lines.
They're not our children, they're orphans, you see.
Oh no, this whole bit is just... Have we made this joke before? This whole bit is just that one vine that's like, child murder isn't funny. Well, it is if you say it like this. Child murder.
I haven't heard that one before. I don't think we've done that.
I don't think we've done that bit.
Oh.
We should have. It was funny.
It's a good bit.
We have a new bit.
New bit, it's a good bit. Hashtag king of bits. Anyways, about the corpses.
About the cemetery.
Yep,
So you just go to the cemetery by yourself without the corpses.
Yeah, leaving the corpses wherever they're piled up. She flips make sure that makes a sign the bar is closed today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna have Artemis do that if you didn't.
Yeah. Oh god, what's our goal? Let me look at the spreadsheet.
I think SB said that about our tavern's revenues in the past couple bits will cover the repairs.
Yeah.
That's good. I still need it for a wizard's bullshit.
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
probably need it for some cleric bullshit.
Yeah, spell components.
Alright, so if Free heads out, are we doing whoever else wakes up next?
Yes. It's not a huge deal. Everyone can just generally be up when we go back.
Yeah. Frisian will be like stirring awake. Immediately, like, he opens his eyes like, alright, we got to work. Looks at Wooly. Lays back down for a hot minute until Wooly gets up.
Ooh.
Wooly gets
the
up.
indulgence.
Alright, okay, now I can. He's like a little antsy. I gotta get changed in my economy. Excuse, my babe. Scutters over to his library, puts on clothes.
Always like groggily waves him off.
I'll be back. I'll be mostly in the library today. I gotta learn a spell. Prison is rushing off to Rashal's to pick up the fabricate spell he saw earlier. But whilst he's out, he's going to send a sending spell to Tomathan. I will figure out how many words.
Would it be possible for Artemis to catch Parisian before he leaves?
For sure.
Is Griana back?
Yeah, Skriana's here.
Okay, cool. Because Artemis is gonna go make sure Griana hasn't done an atrocity.
More so than usual. Yeah, you would catch him downstairs or something, or in the hallway.
Nah, if Griana's in here, I don't need Parisian. I was just gonna have Parisian sending Griana
Never
to make
mind.
sure she hasn't done an atrocity.
Yeah, Parisian's running out the door. He's got like his breakfast in his hand. He's like,
Toast hanging out of your mouth.
he's got his books and like some food. He's sending a message. He's definitely like, I'm on the go this morning. Sends a message to Tomathan. Hey Tomathan, proposition. Can I commission schematic from you?
It's a sending spell?
It's a sending spell. 25 word limit, right?
Yeah.
I'm on 9.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Need ballista schematic and door schematic. Sending familiar with drafts. Thoughts? That's it. That's 25.
You immediately get back I mean, of course. It'd be great to work on anything you've got. There might be a fee attached. There might not be. It depends on how interested I am.
Yeah, Prissy will burn soul slots for this. Sending is 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Prissy sends back. Name your price. Name your price. How long will this take?
I don't have the schematics.
Prissy's not gonna
Free voice in the distance. It'd be more efficient to just use this to meet up to face to face.
Prissy.
Always be on that phone.
Prissy summons Zool. Let me find Zool. Is that it? Oh. Where is Zool? Sorry, one sec. Trying to grab the Zool token.
While that's happening, I think Artemis sees Parisian rush off and feels pretty confident that as Parisian is up, so probably is Uli, and she's just gonna kind of knock on Uli's door and peek in if they aren't out and about yet.
I think Uli like stumbled downstairs to try and find breakfast, and then they kind of gave up and just like sat at the bar.
Ooh, nice. Funny catching you here. We live here. Sorry, it's been a tough night. If it's not too much trouble, would you mind asking after Skriana's night? I don't want to like assign you a task, but you're kind of the person she like respects, I suppose. I don't actually really know what her deal is anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. I can.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Thank you. There's breakfast in the back.
I'll start hopping through the hole in the ceiling.
Oh, don't! Careful!
Ooh, speed run. Zool token, not on leaving you also using a bad ticket. Hey Zool, wanna look around the city? I got a little mission for you, bud. I hold up 2 pieces of paper that have like scrawlings from the night before. Take this to the Temple of God. There's a little map for you. Don't get in trouble. I'll keep an eye on you, bud.
Zool takes, just, telekinetically lifts the papers and just floats off into the sky. Can I get a quick perception check?
Oh boy.
Isn't gonna distract Zool
Oh, probably.
from their very important mission.
Zool, remember, this is very important. I believe in you. That's a 12.
Do you notice pretty quickly after you summon him and after it leaves, everyone around you is giving you odd looks.
Oh yeah, that sure is just like... Is this the first time Zool's been back in Waterdeep?
Maybe. Parisian realizes this, like, oh wait, they may kill Zool. I use invisibility on Zool.
You call Zool back?
Nope, I could just do it from...
Right! Hey!
Any range, up to a mile. Because
Awesome.
of Zool's.
Well, as long as Zool doesn't fly all the way up into aerospace, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and also Parisian can look through Zool's eyes for up to a mile, so maybe they'll cover the top of the gun, and maybe not. Zool looks at the map, then the map goes invisible. No, wait, the map stays visible. So, if the papers stay visible, they just look like they're rustling through the air.
Alright, Artemis, where do you think that you'll be going?
Well, I noticed that Free isn't here, but the child corpses are. So I think it's fair for Artemis to come to the conclusion that probably we're gonna have to do something with the child corpses, and obviously Free's gonna be involved in the whatever we do with the child corpses. So she doesn't want to like run off or anything. She's probably just gonna like wait around till Free comes back, like survey the damage. I'm not sure if she's not sure if Parisian or I don't know, Free has plans for fixing the place up, but she might just try to like see if she can't like get an account of the damages and then send that off to whoever fixed our house before.
Artemis is so responsible.
Right?
We have a second contracting job for you.
You know how you fixed our house after it was destroyed once? What about second fix?
Should we get like a cleaning crew in here first to like get rid of the blood?
Yeah, the
Can we get
blood.
a regular's discount?
It's wild to me that all of your assumptions are like, they're gonna be so mad at this, and not like, I mean, it's work.
Yeah,
No,
it's
yeah.
work.
Keep
I
breaking your
they're
stuff,
gonna
we'll
be
keep
mad.
fixing it.
I don't think they're gonna be mad. I think they are gonna be curious about the blood, but it's Waterdeep, so. Listen, we had a mild child liars,
I
alright?
don't expect them to be mad. I think it might be a little strange that we need a full like renovation every couple months.
It's just like they pop up and be like, you know these adventurers, they got good work. A little concerned about like the human-sized holes in their floor, but I'm sure it's just a one-time thing.
Okay, they're not Kiki. Sorry, you brought this up a couple of times, and I feel compelled to argue with you on this because they didn't. It's not just a perfectly burrowed hole in the wooden floorboard. The floorboard is broken.
Yeah, they tore it up, and there's a hole going deeper into the basement underneath the hole in the floorboard. So it just goes down.
There's no hole in the floorboard.
There's no hole in the
The
floorboard. The
floorboard's
floorboard
just
is
broken.
gone. Listen, some of them, okay, in the floor.
It's a hole, it's just heavily splintered. Like, it's not like a perfect circular burrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucked up. I understand that. They didn't like remove all of the boards. There's gonna be some damaged boards in there. That's gonna be a hole. Anyways.
I want to be able to tell it was child-sized.
Carling jumps through the hole.
Oh!
Artemis isn't going to stop anyone from doing this.
A cobalt jumps into the hole.
Oh, cool.
I don't think I can reach. Nicholas and Reese are just looking at Carling. They came down the stairs.
Yeah, like normal people. Yeah, Artemis is just gonna wait, I think, till Free gets back. And write up an account of damages.
Oh, you're Free's new paramour.
It just goes up through the hole.
Too good to talk to me, I see.
Is Reese talking to Carling?
Yeah.
Uh,
Alright.
no,
Last time, I had a very specific order that I set everyone in for the Halloween special events.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I would just like to ask, who wants to go first? Very
You
quiet.
have the most like defined goal, Kiki. If
I
it's kind of like
will go
free form,
first.
so I can like wait on that to make sure we
Yes.
have all like our defined
Yeah.
stuff first.
Yeah, Parisian, like, after he goes to Rochelle to pick up the spell, he is going to, start walking towards the Blackstaffs.
Certainly.
Because he does have Nylor's head, and he's going to, this is a busy day for Parisian. He's taking the foot travel because he's not using the spell slot on fly.
Like a regular person.
Before Parisian got too far away from the Skull Turtle Tavern, he just did a message to Uli, going to the Blackstaff to drop off Nylor's head. BRB. Love you.
Not gonna waste a spell slot on fly, but you will put for sending, even though you were just in the same building together.
No, message is the cantrip.
Message.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Always be on that phone.
Yeah, always be on that. Parisian is on a mission.
You were in bed together.
I forgot.
Alright. Yeah.
Uli needs to send out a letter.
Wedding invitation.
Oh no, I forgot about this part.
I know there was one letter that you already sent. Is that the same letter you're talking about, or is this a different one?
No, so I gave it to you that Uli had written it, but I think they hadn't sent it out yet on the holiday, I think.
I thought you had sent it, like, just before.
Did we only come
Say
up,
yes,
like, the
because
day
it's going to
before?
come into play.
Okay.
Okay. Warps, you come to the Blackstaff Tower. Bag of holding at your side. Sort of running your way through the streets. Sort of a gallop.
Yeah, it's kind of a power walk. He's like looking for spell, whatever he got from Rashal. I'm assuming it's like a little spell book pamphlet that has a spell in it that he has to return or whatever.
Oh, we sure didn't
Yeah, I
wait
said-
for her to contact us, huh?
Huh?
I'm gonna say that you probably caught a dray, which is just the equivalent of a bus.
Yeah, that's fair. He takes public transport.
Like, you guys, we say that you walk around the city a lot. You don't actually walk around the city, because this is a big city.
Yeah.
Artemis does.
Artemis sprints. Yeah.
That
Like
doesn't
a
count.
freak.
That doesn't count. Artemis is a freak. Yeah. Frisian he heads towards the Blackstaff, bag in hand. Goes to the receptionist. Hey, I'm here to see the Black. Oh wait, I should have called her first.
Yeah, we called her like when we first got back, but I'm pretty sure we were supposed to like wait for her to contact us, maybe.
Ooh. Well,
Hello?
I'm here anyways.
Okay, when's your appointment?
Now.
I would like to make one. One moment, please. Frisian walks out the front, setting to the Blackstaff. Hey, in town, I have Nylar's head as proof of kill, kind of outside the tower. Whenever you can get to me. and message.
Thumbs up emoji, thumbs up emoji.
Thumbs up emoji.
Opening in 10 minutes. I told my receptionist to squeeze you in when the next time was, so if you can get here within that time, go ahead.
Frisian. Gotcha. Frisian walks back into the receptionist. I actually have one in 10 minutes.
She doesn't have any appointments in 10 minutes.
I was told you would squeeze her. She would inform you to squeeze me in. My name is Parisian Warhips. Or the trans goals.
Blinks, looks up at some stuff. Ah, yeah, there you are.
Okay.
Should've just
Pop
said that at
killer.
the start.
Sorry.
It's like, oh, right, you did your name. Usually important for appointments.
I've never done an appointment before.
We're so bad at this.
This is just like looks you up and down. Oh, sorry. It's everything will be fine. You'll be fine.
This is
The way you're saying that makes me a little bit worried, but alright. Hello?
Oh, sorry. I mean, it was just sort of.
Are you good? Do you need some coffee? I got some extra on the way.
No, stop. Yeah, okay, give me some coffee.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I was trying to reassure you. It will go fine. It's just, you said you had never been to one before, and it's like nothing to worry about. They happen all the time here.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, thanks.
Suddenly more nervous for an appointment.
I'm gonna go take a seat with my severed head.
Like,
Uh,
we've met with the Black Staff so many times. Like, ooh, the word appointment.
Frisian takes a seat. Looks in his bag, closes the bag. He's sitting, he's starting to sweat now. He's like, ooh, the word appointment. He's like, do I look suspicious? I totally said severed head there.
Distant ticking of a clock.
Yeah.
Every time you look up at the receptionist, she's writing out your papers, but every time you look away, you're sure that he's looking at you.
Frisian slowly pulls out a pocket mirror and like is mage handing it in his peripheral vision to try to catch them. And it's just
This
This
is
is absolutely more
I'm more of a freak.
suspicious.
This is normal behavior with normal people.
Can I make a sleight of hand check for normal?
Yeah, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Would that be a deception?
14.
Okay. No, so
It's mostly
you
to not have that be noticed.
you sort of angle the mirror and you're like trying to snaggle it all out and you're like, aha, I'll catch him watching. I'll catch him watching. Aha, he is watching. He's staring. He's looking right at the mirror that I've lifted into the air. Oh.
Rizian is looking at it. Sorry, I thought I had something in my teeth, like coffee. I had coffee in my teeth. I've been chewing on the beans. Yep. He puts the mirror back at the total silence.
Tick, tick, tick.
You see, he just sort of waits until you stop talking to sort of go back to his paper.
Internally Prisian, if I don't chew on something crunchy now, they'll know I was lying about the beans. What do I have that's crunchy?
Sand.
He looks into his bag and sees some sand at the bottom of it for a spell component. He makes a wisdom save.
Go ahead.
Make your goddamn wisdom save.
Yeah, no, he eats the sand. He takes a bite and just starts crunching it.
This is what happens when we don't play D&D in a month and a half. Our characters go stupid.
SP, please! My improv can only go so far.
Ooh, but what will Persean do next?
Warhips, can I have you make an intelligence check?
Oh no.
You recognize the sounds being dialed as 911.
The 12.
I haven't seen people in so long, I forgot how to do this.
Well, it's not amazing. You're just sort of... Feels like it's been a while, but it's also hard to tell. You know? Like, it feels like it's been an hour, but it could have just been 7 terrible, terrible minutes.
Could have been approximately 12 seconds enough for 2 actions.
Prisian. You know, yeah, I'll just Prisian uses Find Familiar to check up on Zool. Maybe this will, yeah, surely if I just go blind and deaf, he checks back up Zool, realize he goes blind and deaf, and like, wait, are they, oh god, what if the time's now? Wait, Zool, what are you doing? Are you okay? But what if I have to go now? What is Zool seeing?
Hold on. I need to check and see if you can actually see. 'Cause there is a distance.
Oh, yeah. Well, 1 mile is like 3,000 feet. Oh.
Ooh.
It is too far.
Is it more?
That's 4,000. 1 mile is 3,000.
5,280.
Never mind. It's within a mile.
Yeah.
I was
So you're
wrong.
good.
Let's, like, change your system of measurement. Please.
I know, it's the worst. I'm like having, like, when I have to figure out how many, we have to look up every single time,
Isn't
like,
it
how many
528?
feet going about. I can't get, we're playing D&D.
Gotcha. It's stupid.
So-
It's 5280. I don't. Yeah.
We'll just say
Um,
5,000 as the rule. We can probably remember 5,000. Maybe.
You close your eyes, and then you open them as Zool. And you see that Zool is actually right next to Tomathan, and Tomathan is bit by bit showing more and more different like items to Zool. Like just the weirdest looking stuff. Like, and some of them you're very worried. Some of them are the equivalent of one of those like birthday cake sparklers, and they go right next to Zool's eye, and you're like, that can't be good. But you don't feel pain on this end. And Zool doesn't decide to blink.
Oh no! Parisian telepathically. Hey Zool, how you doing, buddy?
It's mostly emotion, so it's just concern, and you just like feel back excitement.
Well, surely this is fine.
You also notice a whole bunch of eyes are everywhere, and once again, it's like literally just getting 360-degree vision. You see that Tomathan has tucked the papers behind one of his ears, which certainly damages the paper, and is not usually something that many people do for papers, but he's got big ears, so...
Yeah, it makes sense. Huh. Well, luckily those were rough schematics Parisian did in a haze. Parisian blinks back. Oh god, wait. Into reality. Really, really hoping his name has not been called for the past few minutes.
Hey, you're sort of looking around with awareness. I've been calling your name for the last little bit.
As soon as Parisian hears hey, Parisian swallows really hard and gets just a throat full of sand. Yep. Alright. Prison leaves.
Yeah, please. The black staff is very busy.
Prison runs.
You make your way up the tower. Open up a room.
Please tell me this
Warhips, are you all right?
Yep.
You look.
You look parched.
Do you want something to drink? My receptionist could have given you coffee.
Oh, no, I gave them coffee. I didn't know it worked the other way around. Yeah, I killed Nylor.
So I hear.
So head?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry, I feel like I've been going through it, and I haven't had, like, conversations that haven't involved me getting murdered recently. So, Prison pulls out Nylor's severed head from the bag.
How's it holding up after a couple days?
It's probably a little too
squishy?
fishy. A little fishy, a little smushy. It's been like a solid 10-day or so since Nylor's been dead. It's kind of gross, not gonna lie. It's almost like gelatinous.
Ah,
Yeah. That, did you... I kept the head for a proof of kill, obviously, but also in case we wanted to speak with Dead on Nylor to extract more information.
that is a good idea. I appreciate that you've taken that sort of initiative.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Speak with Dead isn't really a spell that arcane magic performs. So, well, obviously I have several clerics in the force gray, but I feel it is entirely reasonable that you and your associate Free could look into this on your own. I would appreciate anything reported back to me, but I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would like to give congratulations.
Yeah,
After the second time that Nyler got away, I sort of felt that it was merely an excuse to get you sent into the dungeon, and that you would never really complete it.
No, we love to.
Prison blinks a few times.
You hear Artemis's voice in the back of your head say, "You have to tell her about the Extremadon thing before she starts complimenting you too much, and then it'd be awkward to bring up."
It's a story. I actually killed Nylor without the rest of my party. That was brutal. But before I get into that, sorry. He like coughs and just straight up sand comes out. I feel better. Alright, cool. We have encountered something a bit way worse than Nylor. I mean,
Well,
obviously. But,
yes, Nyler is nowhere near the worst thing in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, I would imagine. You know, chief among those things being the Mad Mage.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, for sure. There is an Elithid colony down there, that has been probing our dreams under the guise of Extrematog. If my companions have told you about that. And they are being controlled by a big brain, I believe? They did...
Hey, did Durden tell you any about any of this? He seemed to know about it.
Hold on. You see, she casts a sending spell in front of you. Wait there for a moment.
Gotcha. Prison's gonna make an insight check, whether or not he...
Am I in trouble?
There's a little bit of, like, paranoia. It's like, a trap. No, wait, no. This is fine. It's not the dungeon. It's fine.
Unless... Wow, you've been rolling a lot of 12s.
I'm rolling all 12s, baby.
Yeah, you rolled this 12. Huh? You aren't her. She's gotten a little bit less relaxed, you think, but you don't know what that means about how she feels about you.
Surely this is about the thing I said, and not like, oh, we need to check you for brain dogs. I mean, if they check me for brain dogs, it's fine. But when they check manually, like with a hammer, they're wizards. Why would they do that? Frisian's internal monologue rattles on.
2 people come into the room. They're both wearing robes.
Checking for brain. Frisian says out loud, checking for brain dogs.
It's a brain dog.
Partially. Recently I've taken measures to have detect good and evil operating frequently within the Blackstaff Tower. So that is what Carmen is here to do, and one lady casts a spell that you recognize as divine. But I also called Bob. You see, like, the most normal-looking dude ever, but in a robe.
Wow, he's so generically, like, normal.
He can get into any building in the city.
Oh?
Ooh. This man is.
Everyone just thinks he works there.
Master infiltrator.
And Bob, with a smile, casts a spell. You want to make an Arcana check to recognize it, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I make an Arcana?
Yeah, go ahead.
Damn.
10.
Yeah. It's a wizard spell.
Is it a strong wizard spell? Who knows?
So, you were saying that there was an illithid colony in Waterdeep.
In the Mad Mage's dungeon, yes. Under it. And they're going by Extrematon. They've been probing the minds of my party members. I personally have had a dream with them.
I think we know, like, roughly what level it was on, didn't we?
You guys were at that
I
level.
do. I know it. I don't think I don't know.
It's not common knowledge.
Yeah, it's not common.
But you know it's deep.
It's deep in there, from what I've heard.
Here, sorry, I figured it out a while ago. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if Parisian would have figured it out.
Yeah, I don't
but-
remember how much we've actually talked to Parisian about it, except
Yeah.
that we died.
Yeah.
Don't worry about figuring it out right now.
Yeah. I believe my companions figured that out. We got separated and they wound up in that
Dead.
colony. Hey, I'll be real, Blackstaff. If you... I don't want to assume this about my dear friends, but, like, could you send a cleric over to check good and evil just on the bar when we're open?
I was already going to send one secretly.
Yeah, thank you so much. I did not want to do that myself because they still saved my life. But it's close right now. We're not going to be like all together in the bar, so maybe like in
Real
a few
suspiciously.
days.
Can you come back later another time? Can we just, like, meet here? I promise there's no disguise, anything going on.
I'm not going... It will happen. Don't worry about the details.
Fair enough.
Don't be worried about the state of our house.
Yeah.
Okay, and this was under the guise of Extrematon psychically contacting people.
Yes, through their dreams. I've also know that Nylor specifically had been contacted through them too, which is interesting. They seem to be trying to gather information how to get up through it, because I know through my dream they were gathering information on the secret passage from all the levels to the surface.
Well, I suppose they're in an information gathering stage. All information is useful at this point.
Yeah.
But the passage, or at least one of the passages in and out of the mountain, is not a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not great. Nylor said at one point, Nylor made me an offer of some secrets on how to defeat it specifically, but I killed him. I do not trust him at all.
Warhips,
Yeah.
what do you feel when you say that you don't trust Nihilor at all?
Frisian thinks I trust what Nihilor says is true. I do not trust Nihilor to, manipulate the framing of the information to get me killed.
Patrick gets a look over at Bob. Bob just says, yeah, it's all in there. Okay. This is a lot of information to take in, and I have a lot of things to do at this point. My schedule's already gotten busier, and you should get going soon, just for the sake of my time.
Yeah.
For now. Yes, for now, you and the other members of your party that are part of the Grey Hands should delve deeper into the dungeon and get as much information about this Illithid colony as possible. That is the next thing I have set for you to do.
Understood. I don't mean to press on anything. Honestly, we were definitely going to go after Nihilor in the first place. Is there any reward tied with completing that mission? Not to press.
Well, again, the missions are mostly you get the backing of the Grey Hands, and therefore the services that we provide, a la, revivification and whatnot.
Understandable. Yeah, that's
However, I suppose I could scrounge up some diamonds, given that you have a cleric with you, and get some of those to you.
That would be tremendously helpful.
Excellent.
Convenient.
Please try not to lose them.
I will do my best.
We do our goddamn best.
We will do our goddamn best.
Mm-hmm. Alright,
Alright, I will.
the receptionist, pokes his head into the door. Okay.
Alright, yep, I'll be on my way. You know where I live.
Yes. I don't know if we'll see each other again soon, but we'll be in touch.
Yeah, I'll send a missive or whatnot when we, to the Ray Hands or whatever, to, when we're heading back into the dungeon, just so you were informed. Frisian trundles out, looks at Bob, thinks, I know these tricks, walks out.
Morning,
you walk
Raja.
out.
It's time for your daily dose of really bad news that you're gonna have to deal with for the next foreseeable future.
Frisian starts rushing to the Temple of God, constantly switching back to Zul's perspective, really worried that Zul's gonna be missing an eye.
What's your voice? I sleep 4 hours a night. Oh, are you part elf? No!
Oh
As you walk down get around to the bottom of the Blackstaff Tower, a small halfling walks on over to you with a large bag and just sort of hands it to you for your continued work in the Grey Hands.
no! Oh, thanks.
That was fast.
Frisian keeps walking down, looks in the bag.
There are 1,200 gold pieces worth of diamonds in there.
Closes the bag, puts in the bag of holding, puts Nyla's head in the bag of holding. I wonder if I should have this stuffed, or is that morbid? Maybe I should burn the brain. I don't trust necromancers. Maybe I'll take the skull. Yeah, let's go. 1,200 gold worth of diamonds?
Yes.
Gotcha. Understood.
And you begin to make your way over to the House of Inspired Hands through the streets. You eventually get to Tomathan. Conversations are pleasant. It turns out he will pro bono help you with the door schematics, as long as you've got, fabricate and the goods.
Yeah.
So, per door, the amount of iron you're looking for is only going to be, 10 gold a door.
Nice.
You may want to write this down, though.
Yeah, probably. I will make a sheet. But yeah.
Well, and in that case, who would like to go next?
What was it we doing?
Let's deal with Uli. Heart throws Mickey under the bus. Oh no.
What was that, Mickey? You're so quiet.
I'm eating.
So not Mickey.
And I can't do mine after Free comes home until
Until
I
after Free
suppose.
comes out.
Yeah, Artemis is just waiting for Free, so I guess we will do Free.
I guess we're gonna go do Free in the graveyard.
Graveyard!
Yay!
Sometimes you say things, SP, and I'm like, that's a mannerism she picked up from watching Dimension 20 and Brennan Lee.
Guys, we can't plug for other D&D live podcasts on our show. JK. We're gonna have the
Yeah, our whole audience might leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Audience
For
is
our entire show.
person singular.
Yeah. Our whole audience member may leave.
Didn't I have a map for this?
You did at some point when
Yeah.
everyone else was getting killed by the tree.
Yeah. Everyone else.
Yeah. Free's
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah. Oh, so true. Now, listen. Nobody got killed by the tree except for Prison. Who...
What were you all even trying to do?
Steal the bodies so someone could use Speak with Dead, but then we just got permission anyways.
Wasn't it like... Was that the fake Kelmorite? The real
No, it was the
doctor?
person who got murdered by the fireball from our house.
Mm.
Anyways, we got legal permission to do it afterwards, which was so anticlimactic.
If you say so.
I think it was very funny.
Okay, I think it was just very much zoomed in. Free.
Yeah.
You make your way back. It's morning.
It's morning. She walks in, realizes like the very cryptic instructions that she got to first meet. What was her guy's name?
Oh, I probably have it somewhere.
I almost
Keep
forgot.
going.
Feels like a Gus, but you know.
It was Ambrose. Very good.
Yeah. She got really cryptic instructions the first time to meet him, which was like, wait at the doorway until like sundown and he'll just show up for you. Just kind of hoping that he'll just kind of be around.
Yeah, he mentioned that was about sundown. Here you are at sun up.
You have some.
Yeah.
The City of the Dead is thankfully open. You're sort of wandering around.
I think Bree's gonna... She'll like wander around for a little bit. If she doesn't find him, she'll do ascending.
Yeah, there's a handful of people around here, sort of poking in and out of areas, and you notice at some point that there are indeed a handful of people around here that have emblazoned on the robes on their chest a skeletal hand clutching a pair of scales. And even if you were still not aware of what the symbol of Kellenvor was, it would remind you very much of the pile of twigs that you always keep with you.
Spider-Man pointing meme. If she doesn't find Ambrose, I feel like she's gonna like scrungle up to like the sidelines of some of these people and like watch what they're doing, like the loser kid trying to find a seat at the lunch table.
Yeah, you take some time and watch. Are you in much of a rush, would you say? Or like how many minutes are you willing to just sort of spend sort of watching and exploring? Because if you're just figuring them out, it could be like 30 minutes easy.
Yeah, Freya's like willing to spend like an hour, because like if there's anything that she's like supposed to do to give like these kids a proper funeral, she wants to figure out what it is. So she'll watch any one group for like an hour or so.
Yeah, you're just hanging around. You see some of them. A handful of them are honestly more cordial than you thought that a priest would be. You see there's a lot of... You see one funeral happen, which is interesting early in the morning, but it's this, like, small, like, family of dwarves, and there's a lot of, like, a decent amount of, like, patting shoulders, but not a lot of sorrowful emotion on the face. They're solemn, but they're not... As much as they console, they don't seem to join in the sadness. And there's a couple of, ceremonies held. You find that there is a group of about 3 of them in one spot, and you hear that, like, one older one is saying something along the lines of, well, you're pretty sure commands to the other ones, or at least making plans for the day. Doesn't seem like anything crazy.
Ooh, does anyone take notice of Free hanging out, just like watching them for an hour?
Make an insight check.
Completely still.
Staring so fucking intently. Ooh, this feels like, kid in the lunchroom. I feel like Free's gonna like go like, hey, can I join you guys?
I'm gonna make all you guys feel awkward. It's you sort of move around every once in a while, so you're not staying in the same place. But you do notice at one point an initiate of Kalimvor who you sort of take to be someone that's a little more of a novice, walks towards you for a few seconds before another initiate sort of grabs her by the shoulder and sort of turns her away. And then there's a whispered conversation.
Oh, I want to know.
Can I see their lips? I have the observant feet.
Oh, right, you do have the observant feet.
Hey! Watching.
Like, they start to walk towards Free, and Free's like deer in headlights, not sure if she wants this or not, and then they're stopped and watches more intently.
So you see there's like another man here. He's like probably around like 40s, and he's the one who's talking to the initiate, and he says the conversation a little under his breath, not in a secretive way, but just in a respectful way. And he says, "It's not necessary." And the lady says, "I just, can't I see what she needs help with?" And he says, "Anyone who wants to spend time in the city of the dead can do so for as long as they want without interruption."
Oh. They will not help you.
Now it's like, they're willing to give space. And so, like a skittish deer, Free, approaches really awkwardly, because as she's, watching all these ceremonies, she's realizing, ooh, she is so fucking out of her depth. So she goes up to the pair.
You should just summon the Celestial right now to hey, I'm supposed to be here. My dad said so.
Hey, Dad says you have to let me play with you guys.
Or the Celestial Realm, Angel perks up. Someone's about to misuse me in a summoning.
I need your authority.
Free approaches.
Literally, facepalm. You have been in the dungeon for 10 days. You haven't summoned me once. And the first time you have anything that is close to a social interaction, now you decide that I have to be here.
I need backup!
Okay, now that obviously doesn't happen, but oh my god.
Yeah, Free approaches real awkwardly, realizing only halfway there that she's basically yes, I was listening to you from several yards away. Hello?
Greetings, says the older one. Is there any way that we may be of service?
Free's thinking so hard, it is so clear. I am a cleric of Kelvor. I would like help with a funeral. Nods to herself.
You see, there's a split second where both of the clerics look at each other, look back to you. I'm sorry, that's a little odd. I don't recognize you. I presume that you're from abroad.
It's complicated, but yes.
I imagine it is. Of course, we will assist you as in any way we can. Questions and whatnot would be best to start with. Do you know who the funeral is for?
Free's like taking a breath, closes her mouth. Are there like any other people like around?
Not really. Like, there's people in the City of the Dead, but it's like this is a big park and it's pretty early in the morning and it's like graveyard related. So it's usually like, oh, these paths are pretty empty, but you can like see like maybe one or two people
I just wanted to
walking
make
in a
sure that
far
we
off
are not
path.
like on the outskirts of someone's funeral that they were helping with or something.
Yeah.
So
No.
he's like thinking like, I've been told that I am bad with words. I want to assure you ahead of time that I didn't kill them. The bodies were in my basement.
I'm obsessed with this.
I was gonna say that the novice takes a step back. They both take a step back. And then,
No, you did kill them. They were still alive, as horrible as it is.
Okay.
It's complicated.
Yes. No, I gathered. In a basement that belonged to you.
Yes.
How do you not know?
It's a big house.
Obsessed with this.
As soon as we exit the dungeon, prison eats sand. We admit to a mass murder.
They were hidden. The house was free.
Okay, hold on. I need to roll an insight check. Okay.
On the spot.
So the older man, who earlier on recognized that you were reading lips, basically is doing this like mental calculation in his head of, okay, before it was like someone in armor, like in full daylight, who's very twitchy and is here in a graveyard, presumably an adventurer that had like someone who died and is just doesn't know what to do next, and has very quickly lost complete control of any sort of mental train of thought, and is now just sort of like, okay, this is maybe a crazy person. This is maybe a crazy person.
She like takes like a deep breath, like
the house was.
the house was given to me when I came here and helped someone who was kidnapped, and then I went into the dungeon with a bunch of friends, and then we came back and there were dead bodies, and we tried to take care of them. They're children. I need them buried. It's not about me.
The kid puts a hand on your armor, which you can like barely feel, like on your shoulder, and she says, "It's okay. It's okay.
Can you help me give
you're
these
doing the
children
right
rest?
thing." by coming to us, and we'll deal with it if you want.
Can I do an insight to see if they're gonna call the cops on me?
Go ahead.
The older one is like already dialing behind your back.
Yeah, right. There's just like a guy running.
27.
There's a pigeon flying behind you.
In this moment, the young one is actually legitimately, like, she's scared, but she recognized that you got really stressed in that moment and wanted to help. The older one is definitely looking at you and doesn't, like, you see he's still doing, like, face calm, doing a lot of mental calculations, and there's no way you think you get out of this situation without him checking up on all of your story.
That makes
You
sense.
don't know if that means guards, but it will mean, like, you know, double checking all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's take me to your house, bud. Let's see, first of all, if you have a house, because I'm not sure here. You went into the Bad Mage's dungeon. Maybe this is some sort of horrible dungeon curse.
We're like, so can you help me perform a funeral? I don't know how.
You and you see the
Girl, you say you're a cleric?
Of
yeah, you see the young girl is like sort of looking at you and like darts this glance over towards the older one and like back at you, and the fact that you thought that knows that, like, you know at this very moment that she's considering whether or not she should ask that. You can respond to it before she gets the chance
Wait, what
to
was
ask.
it? Ask what?
If you're a killer.
You
said you were a cleric.
Are you sure you're a cleric of Kellenfor?
Alright, what spells are, like, non-damaging?
What, can you just cast Stone of Truth? Like, let me clarify. I'm just gonna cast Stone of Truth here.
Ooh, I have Spirit Guardians. I can cast it with excluding them from harm.
I mean, let me know if you do that.
Yes, I promise I can show you. And she says a quick prayer and she casts Spirit Guardians, and they take the form of the flower that's supposed to represent wishes and beginnings, and Carling's favorite flower. They come out as little dandelion puffs.
Yeah.
And
So you begin casting a spell to show these people that you are in fact a cleric of Kellenfor, a question that she did not actually get around to asking.
they're gonna call the cops.
Yeah, so she definitely, like, jumps back for a moment, but then you are surrounded by these flowers, and they look around.
Give a nice little 6th level Spirit Guardians.
6th level. Oh,
What else am I doing today? Surely
that's
I
some
don't
fucking juice. A bird flies by and is immediately reduced to bone. The flowers
No, it's-
swarming like piranhas.
Magic isn't always showy, you know? That's what all the people talk about, but a lot of the times magic is just an item that floats in the air or something else. Casting a spell does not necessarily mean that there is magic and sparks. But this, like,
This one's a bit.
the sunny day suddenly becomes a little bit darker around the three of you, and it's like there is a mini storm of flowers that just sort of hovers around you. It's just so many flying puffs of dandelion that vision is nearly obscured. And even, like, from all
This is
around...
important. Are they dandelion seeds when they get like poofy,
Yeah,
or are they
little
still yellow?
puffs,
Seeds. And all around the city of the dead, the power of the spell, everyone can see suddenly at a spot just a
Hurricane.
parade of dandelion seeds floating up into the sky like a plume of smoke.
It's like, oh, beautiful. Very intimidating, though. They won't kill you, only because she's chosen.
Only because she's chosen to.
I am going to say that you can make a performance check using wisdom.
Ooh.
Hope it turns out well.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
just
think
gonna do
Free's
like
proficient
a
performance. So.
wisdom check, yeah, because I'm not proficient.
Yeah.
21.
Wow.
Let's go. It's a beautiful show.
You see, honestly, that there was a lot of fear a second ago. Both of them are a little awestruck, and you see that the man says
Ooh, this beautiful
something.
monochrome vision.
He says something in a language that you do not understand, but you think you recognize a word that is similar to the common word for flower. And after a moment, he looks at you and he says, forgive such a direct question, but who are you?
My name is Free.
Right. My name is Jefford. The one with me over here. Or perhaps you would like to introduce yourself? I'm Kate. Don't ask what it's short for.
Do you say Tate or Kate?
Kate.
Kate.
You're gonna have to spell that one out.
T-A-T.
No, that would be Cat. This is Kate.
Ah.
Okay.
Wow, it seems like a normal name in the Forgotten Realms. Don't ask what it's short for.
What's it short for?
We're not gonna ask. Listen, Free gets complicated names. Free's like a little relieved that they probably aren't gonna call the cops on her.
Let's...
Oh, you would kill every cop in this city, but let's not talk about
Alright.
that.
Free, show me to your house and we begin to deal with your issue. We have a hearse that we can use to travel there.
Oh, that's much better. We have cards.
Yes. He begins to... Jeffert begins to lead you out of the city of the dead. And you feel eyes staring into the back of your head. And he says, yes, Kate, you can come as well. Yeah, she doesn't say anything, but she sort of, like, bounces to your side. Like, could you imagine this happening and then you just don't learn what the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, oh, you're not high enough rank. You have to stay behind.
What do you mean?
Saint.
What do you mean? This person just summoned a flower tornado, and you could feel.
Also,
I could
they
feel
got
the love of
corpses
my
in
god.
their basement in a house that they found.
I could feel the love of my god. Also, they have child corpses in their basement of the free house.
Do you know Ambrose? I had mentioned that I was coming, though I suspect he was expecting me later in the day.
Yes, Ambrose really only patrols the area at night, technically of his own volition, but he's no harm.
Yes, I met him once. Thinks back to the last interaction, like, I'll stop fucking doing this.
You only cast 6-level spell slots in the city of the dead.
So... and the girl asks, are you a Doom Guide?
I don't know what that is.
Some shock looks before, her eyes literally bulge out, and...
This is another part where it's me that's strange.
Well, we must be blunt in the way that we deal with other people, and in my bluntness, I shall say that there are many aspects of you that are unusual.
Free nods. I hope that your bluntness will continue. If there's anything that I need to know.
I mean, you gotta know what a Doom Guide is.
Please tell me.
She looks at Jeffrey, and Jeffrey's like, just like gives this sort of like hand and a shake of head, like, go ahead. And Kate says, okay, so basically there's a couple of different types of Kelemvorite. It's more like positions within the church, right?
Uh-huh.
And now there's more Tarks who specialize in funerals, and most of the apostles of the City of the Dead are more Tarks. There's, a handful of very specific orders. There's Necrobanes that are very much... Their order is all about hunting and getting rid of undead. And Doom Guides are sort of... They're, like... I would say that Doom Guides are sort of like the warriors. They're holy warriors that fulfill Kelemvor's purposes and uphold their ideals in regards to more violent conflicts.
Freeze thinking. That is probably closest. I'm not very interested in the church.
Yes, that is why you seem to be... Well, that is why Kate might have presumed that you were a Doom Guide. It's very fascinating. So you're not interested in the church. Is this your first dealing with us?
With Kelemvorites?
Yes.
Aside
You see
from
Kate?
Ambrose count on her fingers. What was that, like a few weeks ago? A month ago?
Yeah.
Last month or so?
And this was with Ambrose?
Yes.
When he asked that first question, Kate looked at him like, really? And then she looks at you and you answer like, really?
What's up with Ambrose?
That makes sense, I suppose.
Is Ambrose okay?
Oh, Ambrose is fine.
Okay.
How do you... How are you... Are you like Kelemvor's, like, kid? Or are you like a demigod?
Sweats. That would be an extremely complicated. I don't think so.
It's... Also,
was-
demigods aren't real.
Freezing. I was involved with Kelemvor's power for some time before coming to Waterdeep. This all did not happen strictly in the span of a month. I want to assure you.
Yes. I know that much, but merely divorced from any interaction with the church?
Yes.
Well, it's certainly unusual and nothing that I've seen before, but it is in front of me.
Yep. I'm sorry for the confusion that I caused when I first came to you.
No need to apologize for confusion. You have caused almost as much clarity, and hopefully in the future, you will more than even out.
The nicest thing anyone's ever said to Free.
Free just starts crying.
Oh my god.
God. Free's just like stony face. People are like, what is this cryptid? Oh god.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Are you like... Okay? You found a bunch of kid bodies in your basement.
I
Okay.
don't love it, I'll be honest. But we know who caused it, so we're going to fix it. the like, ooh, the steel in her voice. Stares ahead. We're going to fix it.
The cleric's like, nodding, like, oh yeah.
Sorry.
Right, Doom Guide.
Yeah. I'm. Aren't they already dead? Like, there's not really fixing that.
We're going to prevent her from doing more harm.
Well, okay, yes, that's always a good thing
We're
to
going to give the
do.
children as much rest as we can.
Well, yeah, no, of course, that we're going to do. That we will assist with. And it sounds rough, but this is exactly the sort of thing that the Church of Calivor deals with.
Apparently.
Her face gets strained.
Drained.
It is that sort of fervor, that idea that in some ways fixing death is confronting the perpetrators, that is associated with doom guides and necrobanes.
That is... Can I do that without being part of the church? I'm doing that anyway without being part of the church, so I suppose that's a non-question.
You can. Are you especially against being part of the church?
I am. It's complicated. But I don't have any particular wish to be part of an organized church.
Okay, but can't I ask why?
Kate just
Like,
breaks down. Ask for her full name.
I know we don't need to know, but I don't know. Like, I can get, like, obviously there's people that don't want to be part of our organization. Obviously there's people, but like, you can't just have Calum powers because of a fluke.
Well, no.
And so
Powers
you've
are
got to...
From Kellenborn, not the church.
Ooh.
She looks like all of her words have died in her throat. Jeffert, you don't know if you see Jeffers' face at that moment. His face grows a little tighter. He's thinking.
Jeffers just like, huh, emoji. Like, huh.
Not sure how I feel about that and that tone associated with my organization.
Yeah, no, it's definitely more of a negative one where it's this sort of like furrowed brow of, I don't think that's quite right. But at the very least, at this moment, he either doesn't deem it worth talking about or is finding the words.
Bree looks back at Kate. We can talk perhaps another time?
Oh, yeah. No, sorry, that makes sense. Sorry, I'm sometimes a little too cheerful.
I've been told I'm sometimes a little too... And she does, like, arm and hand, like, flat motion.
No, honestly, you're perfect as far as Kalimvarites go. I'm the one who needs to tone it down. Because, listen, it's very useful to be as neutral as possible when you're dealing with people who are grieving. Because if you're cheerful, they can find it really condescending and it throws off. They don't want to be around happy people. But if you try to be sad, it's, like, also weird. Because sometimes they're not sad. You really just need to let their emotions reflect off themselves and be a neutral observer in the world.
Yes, but I can understand how it must be nice for yourself to have that emotional buffer.
Hand on shoulder. Wait, you understand? I mean, oh, yes, if someone else died. Yes, of course, yes.
You're around death a lot that can wear on you.
No, I don't... I don't think so. It's honestly kind of weird. Because most people, they see death spread out amongst every couple of years in their life, but when you see
Notes
it...
this down.
when you sort of see it every day in funerals and you help people go through it and all that stuff, there's... The other side, it's honestly sort of much more reassuring. If that makes sense.
Free is
I think if you...
so close to saying the freak thing that her experience with death is often a lot more personal. She resists it though, because she has enough wisdom to.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's like some. It's just a part of life, right?
Yes.
Sorry, that wasn't very eloquent.
No, that is why my domain is what it is. We can talk later.
Yeah, there's more silence. But you guys make it back to Troll Skull Alley.
Sees Parisian in the distance. Parisian looks back. Sees Free flanked by two priests. Or
Sees,
a priest
like-
and a novice.
Sees like Free in a carriage, waves. Like Prisian actively is trying to hand you a drink with mage hand and running aside the carriage. Do you accept it, or he's just gonna keep doing this till we get home?
The priest and the novice look out, see a minotaur running. What is the drink? Is it coffee? Is it just coffee beans?
It's not just coffee beans. This one is just a cup of water because he's like he got a few.
Free takes the cup of water. Prison, where did you take this from?
What? Oh, so the Temple of God, try it. It's so cold. The Temple of God, I went to St. Thomason and they had a new, like, you remember the machine that made cold air? This one makes cold liquid. And I used water instead of what they were using.
Oh. This is just...
What were they using?
Like an oil? I could not tell, honestly. I tried.
They were making solid oil.
I don't know. I honestly, I am fascinated every time I go to the Temple of God. It's great.
This is Jefford and Kate. They're going to help us with everything at home.
Oh, the doll corpses?
Yeah.
Did we undoll them? No,
Yeah.
Artemis did. Cool.
Mhm.
Sorry, could you specify what doll means in this context?
Oh, there was a hag involved. They sewed like an orphanage together.
Artemis walks out of the house because she hears people approaching. I'm gonna do an inside check on these two people that are here.
We know that they hear.
The
They hear.
priest shows up like the most,
She's
like,
so an orphanage together,
absolute-
and their expressions are not collected.
Okay, sorry. Hi, I'm also part of the... My friends met you and they told you way too much information way too quickly without explaining any of the context, so now we just look like freaks.
I think if
We do this a lot.
She
Please, come
makes a
in.
little sad face, like she tried her best.
I'm telling the truth.
I hate to inform you, Jeffrey, says Artemis. I think, given that freakness is relative and based on appearances and how you act, there may not be much you can do to dissuade people from thinking that about you and your associates.
Oh, absolutely not. It's just like sometimes we do come out straight away with the like really scary things.
I needed their help.
You
I
understand
don't
when
know
you
how to
see
do a
what's inside?
funeral.
I just like don't want to talk about it on the street. If we could.
I
Did
didn't
we-
talk about it on the streets. I talked about it in the cemetery.
Did we clean up the blood? Is that like present? Is there just like a pile of? Did we
But can you come inside?
Yeah, let's come inside. I just want to know if we're presentable. All right.
I think we did like the basic cleaning. It's not like great, but
It's-
it's not like splattered.
Uli's been like trying to
Yeah,
tidy
it's
up
real bad.
little
Once I
bit.
learn this spell, I'm gonna be like using magic to fix a lot of the bar, but it's real bad.
Also, Artemis, this is Jefford and Kate.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, howdy y'all. I glad if you all need anything, let us know. Food, water. Do we need to pay you for your services? Because it's no problem.
Oh, no, we do this for the sake of the church. It's something that needs to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
But donations are appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. Prizzy walks inside. Walks inside and almost trips into a human-sized hole.
Yeah, Uli, so, while you've been here, Nikos couldn't find out where the closed sign was, and so now on the front of the door is just scrawled the word closed in blood.
Good.
Oh my
Love
god.
No, Free put a sign before she left it closed.
Oh, okay, thank goodness we avoided that. Regardless.
It was a hell of a liar's night.
Jefford says, once you guys get to the door, Kate, stay here.
Yeah.
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 Comes on in. A lot of blood. You guys, like, find it's an inglorious pile, honestly.
I was gonna ask if we put them in sacks at least. It's just a pile of bits.
No, we put the bits at least in some sort of order. We separate them from the cloth.
It is a
bits.
pile of cloth, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of, like, fabric that's blood-soaked. Just like, no,
It's
that's...
not great, but it's not haphazardly scattered.
No,
Yeah, no, it's still a pile, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free looks back at Jefford with the expression like, I'm sorry, I was softballing it. It sucks a lot.
Hey, do we need, like a cleansing ceremony? Honestly, I feel like we could use a cleansing ceremony of some sort. Free, do you know how to do those?
We'll be doing that afterwards.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try every cleansing ceremony we have.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
How much money
So-
can we give like 100 gold to the church?
Yes, that...
I was
Yes,
talking to my
that-
companions. I'm talking to Artemis specifically.
Yeah, that would be very appropriate. Not to...
Factor it into the budget.
If I use Fabricate to fix the house, can we put the house fixing budget towards that?
Sure.
Okay.
We definitely have. 100 gold is a lot of money.
Alright, we'll
I
fix
guess-
it.
Says, okay, but can we still make sure to fix the house?
Yeah, we're fixing the house.
Yes, I don't actually know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Only
just give me a few
1,000 gold
days.
for the hollow spell.
Yeah.
100 gold is a lot
But
of
we
money.
have a lot of money. We are rich. We forget this.
We do not have that much money. We have a lot of money, relatively speaking, but it doesn't mean that we can just spend all our money.
We still have like 10,000 gold. Frisian says this out loud, looks at them. Ah. Man, that is a lot less than when we started.
You know, I'm just gonna go sit with the child corpses.
Yeah,
Artemis goes and sits with the
I'm
child
gonna go.
corpses.
I'm making this worse. I'm gonna go study in my library and fix any doors. Have a nice day. There's tea if you would like some. I understand if this upsets your stomach.
Rest of the party scatters.
Yeah.
Free looks back at Jefford.
Fully with like a blood-soaked mop, just like looks at Jeffers and is like, I'm so sorry about all of them and all of this.
You have to understand, we see new people so infrequently. And they're always trying to kill us.
That is true.
Oh, Free, did you tell them about the
he-
dungeon? That would have been a weird thing to say without prior knowledge of the dungeon.
I was aware of the dungeon, and he turns to Uli and he
Okay,
says, I will say this because I'm in a bit of a mood. You seem like the sort to view yourself as the level-headed one amongst the group of weirdos, but you also sat there completely silently and let them do all of that to me.
Say,
To me.
Uli coming in like, oh no, I'm.
Oh no, I
different.
don't think I'm level-headed. I just know better than to try and stop them because that usually makes it worse.
Good.
I can be the same way, to be fair.
It's just, there's like...
Can we please
grimace.
get the child, expedite the process so we get the corpses out of the place where we live? I know this is a lot. You have to understand, it's been more for us.
Yes! No, I understand, and I want to assist you through... Sorry, I'm usually used to helping people through rough times, but you all seem quite cavalier about all of this, and it is throwing me off.
We just shrugs like adventurer.
We dealt with it last
Yes,
night.
I know.
Yes, I know.
Adventure, derogatory self.
Yeah.
Alright, I will help bring the bodies out to the hearse. Unless there's
Yes,
something that
all of that can be done. I'm going to go and allow me to talk to Kate for a moment.
Alright, I will wait until you're finished speaking them.
Free just
He
sits down, like, at the bar, looking at the door, hands crossed, knees tucked.
It's like, reviewing that social interaction, like, not my best work.
Yeah, they sewed an orphanage together.
I promise I didn't kill them. They were in my basement?
There's no way we can talk about this without looking like murderers. Without looking like actual serial killers.
I mean, there were most certainly better ways to have started that conversation. Free just doesn't know them.
Brazian takes a seat in the back of the bar that is least dirty and just keeps studying.
Did you ask them about like a plot of land for the burial?
I asked them to help me with a funeral. I am hoping that they know the steps involved with that.
Okay, good. They'll handle it probably. I don't know how they do funerals in the city.
Nor do I. I don't know what person was talking about throwing them into the sea.
It's a sailor's funeral. Alright, fine.
We're not letting them throw them into the sea.
Absolutely
Yeah, they're not sailors. They haven't earned their seat. I'm studying. Carry
Like
the
Free and
wine.
Artemis to the side, like, absolutely not letting him do that. It's like, Prison's like, I wasn't gonna try.
Hey, Skriana.
Hello! So, where did all the blood come from?
Dolls.
The basement.
They were half orphans.
We're middle.
Myrtle. She
All of these
apparently
answers
split
seem
here.
to conflict, but I will assume that they are all part of the same thing.
Wormriddle apparently used to live
Apparently.
here, had an
No, I
orphan
figured
home.
it out. Warm Riddle does her doll thing, and apparently they were from the basement. Therefore,
Well,
Warm Riddle
apparently
stayed
this was
some.
her fucking house.
Yeah, this used to be her house.
Don't
Don't let her.
don't interrupt me in
Yeah,
the middle of a
let her do her
deduction.
Scooby-Doo thing.
Don't.
You don't have to explain the steps to us, though. Can't you just get to your conclusion?
Shriana has her smoke pipe out. Let her do this.
I don't understand why she has to do this.
What? Hold on. What's the
Come
point of
on.
getting to a conclusion if I don't get to show the steps?
Exactly. Come on. You're ruining the theatrics.
This is the most
Okay.
neurotypical thing she's ever said.
Skriana, please continue.
No, it's ruined now.
No.
Boo.
Okay, so if it's ruined, can you just... Okay, I'm just going to assume we're on the same page about this.
Yes, we're on the same page.
How was your night? Is Floon here? Is Floon around? I
Just comes
desperately
down
need to
from
talk
below
to
the
Floon.
ceiling. Yes, Floon here.
Oh no, I lost him.
I lost him.
Where did you lose him? Do
You forget to cherish him.
Did, in a bar or in a gutter?
Well, I don't know where I lost him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be lost.
Fair point. Next
Do you
page.
know when
Was he
you lost him?
It's flu.
drunk?
He's either fine or dead, and honestly.
Oh, he was dead. He was definitely drunk.
Okay.
Wait,
so-
does being on drugs count as being drunk?
Oh wow.
Free gets the like so motion.
It doesn't matter. He was both.
Free's gonna cast sending to try and find. Do I have locate? I don't have locate person prepared. I'm gonna cast sending to find out where the fuck Floon is. It really
If Floon has been murdered by dolls, I'll be so pissed.
Peace.
Free your sending spell, which I presume is the question. Hey, Floon, you good?
Yeah, like, you good? Where are you?
Can I just be you up?
You up? Winky face.
You know that the sending spell works, which means that he is alive and on this plane. You don't get a response back.
Alright.
It's because he doesn't think.
Could just be asleep.
Could just be asleep or coming down off the drugs.
I
Looks at the party.
He doesn't respond because he's been hallucinating Free's voice all night.
God.
Do you have an approximate idea of where you lost Floon?
Floon's fine.
He's alive.
No, I really need to talk to Floon.
Ah.
Oh? Is something wrong?
Unfortunately, he was my guide to the city.
Were you on drugs?
I hope
What's a drug?
not. I hope. Oh.
Artemis, what do you need to talk to Flynn about?
Heath is standing so close
Dirt.
to the mic.
What was that?
Dirt? We ate the dirt.
Oh, you're talking about dirt? Prison.
Yeah,
I'm
and
still studying.
I just was wondering if he was experiencing some of the same symptoms as me.
Let me check your
And I
number.
just need
If
to
we're gonna do a
cross-reference
medicine check.
about that.
24, what's wrong with Artemis?
Eyes dilated, their pulse fairly high.
Yeah, Free, this is getting awkward. You could see, like, her clamming up she keeps on, like, grabbing parts of her hand and other stuff. Magnus, do you want to say what Free might be seeing in this moment?
Definitely, it's elevated heartbeat. She's kind of shifting around from foot to foot. She's kind of like, yeah, as SB said, like clutching at her hand a bit. Signs of nervousness.
Nothing medically wrong, though?
You wouldn't assume anything medically wrong.
Nothing medically wrong.
Yeah.
The
There's a faint feeling that if she could be flushed, she would be.
Was
But
that a
she's
medicine
first.
check or an insight check?
That was
That was
medicine.
medicine.
Because
Yeah,
Artemis
nothing's
said
wrong
that she
there.
was feeling effects from eating dirt, so medicine was where she
Gotcha.
went to first.
Nope, Artemis seems perfectly healthy.
No, you're healthy, Artemis, but you do seem nervous about that. Bruce, do you have detect magic prepared?
I'm not casting that right now. I'm studying.
Understood. If you're
Listen, I'm a little stressed because of the events of last night. Not a lie. And maybe it's just what's that word, like a placebo effect where I'm blaming the things I'm feeling on like something I ate yesterday. But it would just be nice to find Fluent and talk about that. So flustered, so flustered.
Free, it's hard to immediately tell because this is not something you're used to with Artemis, but you think there's some sort of romantic issue going on here.
Oh.
We've suggested,
Why would you think that?
We've
Why would you
suggested
think that?
Bonnie before. Free's like, well, if you can't find Flume, you can talk to any of us as well. I don't think Flume's going to be available and for much conversation anytime soon.
Yes, I can say two things with certainty. Floon is very, very knowledgeable about a great deal of things, and also he will not be available for a long while.
Can you check on that?
Go ahead.
What was that?
Yeah, what's that about?
Did you fuck Flint's Griana?
Oh, you think the former part was... She's not flustered at all by anything that she said. You're pretty sure that the former part is just general, like...
Yeah.
Floon is actually knowledgeable about stuff. It's just a very specific avenue. And, like, Skriana was, until recently, a kid who lived in her family's house all her life.
Yeah, that's tracks. Oh,
So it's
no!
very useful. The latter part?
I think...
She says that in a way that makes you feel like Floon is fine.
Okay, great.
But that's it.
Because Skriana says that and Artemis, like, nods emphatically.
Really left Skriana with the worst
Like, yeah.
person possible.
Yeah, no, Flynn
Marty.
knows a lot. But,
Okay.
he's... Okay, that's fine. I can wait. It's not like an urgent issue. Not as urgent as points to the kid corpses.
Brianna knows what
So
to do now.
this first. You know,
Well, yes, that's
because the
first,
corpses.
but you seem nervous, and I'd like to help.
I'm not nervous.
Okay, you're feeling unwell, and this is something that I can help with then.
I'll definitely talk to you about it if I need to. Where are the kid corpses? I'm trying
In a
to.
pile.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like just like
where?
kind of generally like
Around.
Yeah, we push some of the tables out of the way.
Free looks like glances at the window to see if Jefford's still there and if
Yeah.
the cops are coming.
Yeah,
Just
right.
in case.
We're surrounded by the crowd.
No, it seems fine, Warhorse, but as you guys look around, Kate and Jeffert, who do not have tokens, walk into the building again. And Kate's like, okay, a lot of blood.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they were vicious.
No, don't. It's,
A lot of
don't
it is
bother.
our blood, if it makes you feel better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't.
We need to stop
doesn't.
trying to be relatable in situations like this.
Yeah. At least nobody who wasn't one of the dolls died, so that's... Ah, God. We have, like, kids in here. It's
I'm going to
bad.
cast silence.
Yeah, Reeds is on the floor scrubbing a bit of blood. Every once in a while she just has a bit on her finger that she...
Does she like it?
Yeah.
God damn it! Reeds, no. The protein's cursed.
Okay, Free goes over and I guess she like picks up the first body.
Yeah, you guys start moving, and they move over to come help, and, And before any of you get to that, all of you guys are holding bodies.
Yep.
Yep.
This door opens.
Yep. Is it the Blackstaff people?
No. Coming into work. Coming into work.
We're closed.
We're close today.
We don't have telephones or like text messages yet, so it's really hard to get a message
Oh
right.
my God, we have three casters in here. We could have set a setting. I'm so sorry.
That's a third level spell. It's like we shouldn't just be using those willy nilly.
This window crashes open.
Oh!
Hello?
For who? Who is
This
it?
is a Grey Hands raid! Everyone down!
Howdy.
Alright, you're all good!
What?
What? God
Walks
damn.
over here. Hey, crashes through this window.
Please stop
Excuse me?
doing that!
Literally
Freeze
why.
Oh my God, our windows!
Oh, Free's like
was
so
that?
close to fucking casting.
You're
some-
paying for that fucking window.
Leaving work.
Freya's like the body that she was holding like in one hand because she was getting ready to cast something. Someone crashing through a window.
Frasian turns his page, still studying.
Artemis makes eye contact with Jeffers and Kate, and just kind of like almost opens her mouth to say like this doesn't happen every day, and then closes her mouth.
Just another like, sorry, continues to shuffle out the door.
Yeah, you guys keep piling through, or if you're still studying, at one point you hear smash! Were you guys holding bodies?
Hey, you know,
We have doors!
We have doors, you can use those.
That's
Did you
exactly what
see-
you'd expect me to do.
Who
Please.
are you?
Please stop smashing our windows. They're expensive.
Geronimo Lotimo,
What
prime
are you
member of the
coming
Grey Hands.
What are you here for?
Making sure you guys don't, it's top secret.
It's to make sure we're not all elephants.
Oh, because if it was anything else, I would say that he did an absolutely terrible job.
What?
He didn't even notice gestures
Oh.
to the bodies.
Yeah.
And that's how you know I was looking for illithids, because I've never done a terrible job in my life.
Do you want to help us? Can you
No,
help us
send them
carry?
away.
Can you help us carry some bodies in?
Nope.
Okay, never mind. Anyways,
Okay. I wouldn't help anyway, I got a lot of important stuff to do.
Hey, no, god damn it!
No, wait, we had that one converted to a door.
No, that one was, that one, yeah.
Yeah,
that
we
was
did
converted.
convert that one to a door because we kept
Back
smashing
the rest
through
of the
it.
doors.
Is this window a door?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
glass door.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going upstairs.
No, you
You can
are.
go through the
No,
hole.
okay,
you
no,
want
you
to climb through the hole?
Wait, go.
God, we got so stupid. with that.
No, go, shoot, strap, out the door. I open the door. I will use magic.
No, it influenced my being!
Go, scoot. I have a broom.
Chase him out with a broom.
Yeah. God, go.
Make
Damn,
an
beautiful man.
athletics check.
Yeah, I for sure will make an athletics check. Oh no. Oh, hey. Scoot. 21.
Why did I dumb strength in school?
If you come back through another window, I'm using this broom. Anyways. God, I'm like 15 minutes behind my study.
You go like, I'm like 15 minutes behind my studying, and everyone else just watches Reitz with a broom sweeping up shattered glass, just give, like, Warps this long stare that follows him across the room.
Frisian. Oh yeah, oh god, sorry, I've been spending too much time at wizard school. I cast Unseen Servant and I go back to studying. The Unseen Servant starts immediately sweeping a glass.
Okay. Who's Uli or Artemis?
Well, Artemis is after this would probably... Okay. Artemis' thing is that she doesn't want Free to be the only person there when the kids are buried. Because it's gonna become a recurring thing where Free just, like, takes on more emotional burden about dead kids.
If it makes you feel any better, it looks like Carling isn't going to leave her.
Okay, that's fine then. Carly will probably be better emotional support. Artemis wants to go see the moon stars, but Uli can do their thing first.
I'll say that
Uli's
Artemis
just
leaves
kinda-
to do that.
Uh-huh.
Uli's just kind of hanging out here, like helping clean, keeping an eye like out the front windows.
So why are
Because
you
they did
cleaning?
invite someone over here, and now they don't want that person walking in to the building.
Eventually, Free and Carling and Kate and Jeffrey and everyone else helps get all the bodies out, and they bring them along in their hearse. And so it's you and Skriana. There's still blood everywhere and some shattered glass now, and you're working on that. And Skriana says, "So why are you cleaning?"
Why wouldn't I be?
Do you have minions to do that for you?
Employees.
I mean, yes, that's the type of minion that gets money.
Frisian looks up from his reading, looks at the Unseen Servant, swats it, goes back to reading, feeling a little worse.
Ooh, that person's on Skriana's level of people.
Oh
Uli just kind of shrugs and is like, the more people help, the faster this place is presentable again.
Yeah, but couldn't you be doing something more important? Like, there's a lot of people here, and I mean, you could be showing me more of the city. Wasn't that the whole reason I came up here?
Well, we came up to see the city. Well, I guess I wasn't really planning on anything specific.
No, I mean, that's just completely understandable. It's just that I don't know. Like, don't you have any further plans? I thought, you know, setting up connections between our houses would have been a useful forward step, and I didn't imagine that cleaning is the best way to do that.
Yeah, but it needs done.
you have people who are doing it?
I did invite my sister over here. To
well, that's
when she'll
interesting.
arrive.
Speaking of,
Oh no!
On cue.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Hey,
I only have been waiting outside for the past 15 minutes.
I'm glad that we got the dead bodies out of the way first.
Oh yeah, that was just blood and holes.
Ilda walks in and Uli is immediately like, look out for the holes in the floor. Okay.
Yeah,
what are the
careful,
shattered
there's-
windows and the blood? Oh man, are you too late?
There's a few kobolds in the holes right now. Don't mind them.
Okay.
It's fine. We're fine. There was
Let me
apparently
guess.
this house belonged
there
to
was-
a hag,
there was-
and there was monsters in the basement, and it was the whole thing. It's handled now.
Yeah, I imagine. So you're already aware of the Shadow Dusk thing. Like you've got that dealt with. I guess. I thought I'd get here in time to warn you, but apparently not.
Huh?
Huh?
In your last note, you mentioned that you were bringing up a Shadow Dusk, and I did some research on it, and I found out important stuff about the family, and I was coming here as soon as possible to warn you that you've got to, probably get them sent back or deal with them, but apparently everything blew up, there's blood all over the place, your windows are shadowed, so I imagine it already blew up in your face. Who's this, by the way?
Uli just like kind
Your
of
younger sister, bully.
like Uli's like still holding the mop and just kind of like hits the handle against their own face, and is like, Ilda, this is Skriana.
Oh, Ilda Malarkin, I presume. No?
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, yes?
pretty staring, chuckling lightly.
Good luck, Uli.
I love this because it is, we all
Uli-
have
Uli-
siblings
Uli,
in
like-
this group chat.
Uli puts the mop against the counter and does, like, extends hands toward each of them in introduction. He's like, Skriana Shadow Dusk, Ilda and Violstone, Alaric. It's Ilda. I found out a lot of things in the dungeon. I have ancestral ghosts following me around now. We are Malarkin. Turns out Mom's obsession wasn't just bluster.
This is...
There's a lot happening.
You have to do this one at a time. This is why we can't meet up only once every 5 months.
I'm sorry. I know. Sorry. I was in the dungeon, and then I got out of the dungeon, and then
So what was it that you heard about my...
terrifying
I'll get to you
children
later.
in our house. Okay. It's fine. Okay.
Okay. So does that... The house exploding have anything to do with me?
The house exploded. It's handled. It's done. Uli immediately knocks on the wood of the counter.
The house explosion was because of different stuff than you said.
Sorry. Uli says the house explosion thing is done. It's probably because of all fine. And Warhips, you hear above you a window on the second floor shatter as someone hears, my karma's restored.
Motherfucker! Prison runs upstairs.
I think Jex is also running, he keeps breaking things.
Prison and Jack's body this guy.
No. He
Uli
snuck...
only
I
drops
rolled
their
a stealth
face in
check
their
for him.
hands.
I rolled a stealth check for him. He snuck into the house through a door because he has to make sure that he exits and leaves windows, right?
Oh my
And
god.
the last time you guys put him through a door, and that just threw up his whole feng shui.
Oh my god.
Jex has a 17 passive
Incredible.
perception. What was that stealth?
Can we see this guy?
Stealth was a 19.
Damn.
No! Prison rushes to the window and swears out of it.
It's this window.
Which window?
Anyway,
Damn.
back to this.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Uli has not mentioned. Uli is like fully distracted. They are still wearing the like betrothal bead in their beard, very visible.
I think it's still like sometimes there's just jewelry, and it was like I'll comment on your jewelry later, and then it's like, oh, that's very specific jewelry.
It's like takes a double look at it.
Oh. Kills Uli because they haven't mentioned it yet.
Looks down at Uli, looks up at Skriana, looks down at Uli, looks up at Skriana. You didn't.
Uli fully does not know what she's talking about. What?
Points to the bead and points at Skriana.
Oh God, no, God no. Have I introduced you to Persian?
I don't quite recall that name.
Parisian, like, the door opens, Uli glances at Parisian, and then just, like, Will Smith pose, like, arms out.
Parisian just
Oh,
kind of
yes.
waves, stops,
Yes.
freezes.
Yes, we've met before. Hi.
Howdy.
Parisian, this is Ilda, my sister. I can't remember if you have
Yeah,
talked
we met when we robbed the dragon vault.
or really introduced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
fantastic.
So, she puts an arm around your shoulders. Okay, just to double check, he's the one.
Yes.
Let me just give like a real
Who's the-
quick.
Who's the what now? I said I'd get to you. I'm just.
I'll get to you.
Phrasing. Does he overhear that?
Sure.
Parisian stops, thinks.
Ooh, wheels turning.
Oh, that wasn't a dream. Oh my god, that wasn't a dream. Prison runs out. Prison's gone.
They see Percy disappear, but then they also see him through the windows.
Yeah, they see him bolting.
Whoa. You know, I'll give you this.
He's put-
Whatever life you were going for, you got something that was that crazy.
Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you.
Oh, you know, you can like get rid of like token.
Anyway, that's okay. Those were the
It's
main
just-
two things actually that I wanted to tell you.
No, honestly, I think after this, I could believe pretty much anything that you tell me. Now, next you're gonna say that you murder people.
Go, what do you think we do? next?
Absolute silence.
And then she shoves her shoulder. I can't believe you fell for that. I know you kill a lot of people.
Oh my god. Okay.
Seriously, like you murdering people would be the craziest thing.
Don't do this.
Well, now I feel like I should be offended, but you're right, so I won't be.
I mean, you can just be offended if you want.
Oh, it's easier if you're offended.
You shadowed us. Yes, we're not using my name up here because of my aforementioned reputation.
What
That
reputation?
makes sense. So, Uli, sibling of mine,
Mhm.
what was precisely the reason why you thought it would be such a good idea to bring Skriana up here?
She had never left home before, and you and I both know intimately the kind of mental illness that comes from that.
To her face!
That's
I just wanted to show her
Yes,
mental illness.
right?
I just wanted her to like get out of her family home and have some experiences and meet some people.
I actually view myself as more sane than most people.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Sorry, Kane. You got the illness.
And so your decision was to help out.
to attempt to help out.
That's the same
then-
thing.
And then this happened, and like gestures to the whole house,
Scrad had nothing
which
to do
was
with that.
she was not involved in. She was out.
Yes, this is not my fault.
But it is just kind of throwing a lot of things into my schedule now.
Also, you're not helping out. I'm not a charity case. I went along with this.
Oh, you. Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. I'm just gonna throw it all away.
So,
Thank you, by the way, for coming over.
hold on. I gotta let dog out.
Everyone says this, runs all the way back home, lets the dog out, and comes.
God, I appreciate how stupid we're all being after a
God. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's really fun.
I also do want to say, everyone here is either an older or younger sibling, I think. We all have siblings here, except for Max.
As
And
people.
I just want to say, as the youngest sibling, no, it's not. It is.
It is.
It is?
It is?
Was extremely accurate to life. If I said something and my sister immediately refuted me, I would just go along without explanation for at least like the encounter. Like, yes.
I'm back to help out with whatever this is. What are you saying?
Oh yeah. So Uli just kind of like grabs one of Oda's hands and is like, "Thank you, by the way, for coming over. I'm sorry that this is all insane."
Well, I mean, I'd
But
like
yeah,
to see you more.
those were the two large pieces of news. Number one, that me and Persean are betrothed. I think now we've still got to actually talk about it. It was a whole thing.
Is there anything that isn't a whole thing with you? I thought at least that was
Not
straightforward.
really.
How
Not
are you
really
not-
at this point.
Did you get engaged on accident?
Not on
Engaged
accident.
on
He was
accident?
just okay.
To a
Listen.
commoner.
Listen. You hush. Listen.
You hush.
The other big thing is the Malarican thing. That is a lot. Also,
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
tell Mom. She will be insufferable.
No, I mean, I won't. I mean,
Great.
maybe we should?
Why?
Listen. Okay. What? So, like... So you went down, you probably found some old artifacts, like there was a talking statue or something that said all this stuff and something like that, right?
Kinda close.
Really specific, but yes.
Wait, was I right about the talking statue thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh. Anyway.
No, hang on. Never mind. Go on.
Oh, okay.
Uli like starts wondering if Ula has like
that goes.
divination magic going on.
And you said that ghosts follow you around.
Yes.
Are they here now?
And are the ghosts in the room with us now?
Spirits speak to us.
Yes.
I mean, they're kind of just always there. It's not like they're like
They're around.
physical. They're around. They're.
Did Scrad just say like, yeah, they're around, like she can see them?
It's not like they're.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a crowd of ghostly people, but they're just kind of. Around.
I mean, it's a crowd of ghosts.
can
They're not really
cast
people-shaped.
Well, yeah, I can cast a few spells now through them, which is like weird and.
Hey, can we talk about how
Sorry,
Triana
sorry.
sees dead people?
There's a lot.
Can we
There's
talk
a
about
lot.
that?
That's all a lot.
No.
Why do you want to tell Mom?
Okay, well, after the statue told you about this stuff, or whatever,
Hmm?
did you then ignore it? and just keep doing your dungeon thing? Like,
A
are the
little bit.
ghosts following you around and you don't want that to happen?
No. The ghosts. So I became so.
I'm king, actually. Harry.
So the ghost wanted to give me the title of heir and ruler of what remains of Malarbode, which is mostly ruins and the ghosts. And I accepted. So now the ghosts are permanent. I am tasked with protecting what's left of our ancestry and legacy, essentially.
Essentially.
Slowly throughout the course of you saying things, Ilde's shoulders were on the table and they slid further and further until her face is now on the table.
It's a lot. I told you, it's all a lot. Everything's a lot right now.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So you're a king now?
Yes.
Brianna nods. Okay. So one of the reasons that this could be especially relevant to Mom is because of the political situation in the city vis-a-vis not a lot of dwarven noble families. And, like, listen, normally I just say, well, she doesn't need to know, but, like, this is a little bit her whole life's mission. And yeah, it would be super awkward, but it would also be awkward for her. Like, I don't know.
She disowned me. I'm not in the family.
Yeah, you're not in the family. You're in a different noble family now. You're a freaking
It's not
king.
relevant to her, except that it would make her both completely insufferable and really, really angry at the same time.
I mean, okay, but I mean, yes, and I don't want to get you like in trouble or anything, but like, I don't know. Listen, I know you always sort of, liked well, not didn't like, but you came into conflict with Mom a lot more, so maybe you didn't really see her side as much. But she's really, and she doesn't show it much, but I pay attention. She's really torn up about the fact that, like, dwarves lived in Waterdeep, and then a whole bunch of shit happened, and now they're just, like, nowhere, and there's artifacts and stuff, but she had to try so hard to get... You know how... She looks at Triana. Brings you over here. Brings you over here. So you know how she technically bought her way into nobility in Waterdeep, right?
Mm.
Yeah, like she did that because she wanted dwarven royalty to be around, and now there's an even bigger connection. Like, I'm just saying, listen, I'm not gonna tell her if you don't want me to. Obviously, we don't need to figure this out right now. But like, and I know your relationship with her is really bad, but this is like literally one of the reasons that she does what she does. And saying it's important to her, and if I hide it, then I'm hiding something that would be important to her. Okay, and like,
okay, yeah,
I'd pick you
fair
in a conflict like this, but I don't know if there has to be a conflict.
I don't want to make you do that.
Don't worry. Listen, don't worry about it right now. Okay, just something to think about. I won't tell her because honestly, where would I begin? She would be so mad. She'd be so mad that you're not marrying another dwarf. like it would be kind of funny.
Definitely don't tell her that part.
But like here, listen. Imagine, right?
Uh-huh.
Just something to think about. You would technically, in a nobility sense, outrank her. Is that enough whispering? I guess it is enough whispering. Okay.
Louis like, no, it's you can tell her if you really want to that badly. I just didn't know if she would. I don't want to make. I don't know.
No, I get it.
If it'll only make everything worse, then I didn't want to. I didn't want to make it seem like I was good, like rubbing it in her face, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But
I
if you
don't
want to tell her so that she knows what is happening, then you can.
feel like if it gets told to her, it should be you doing the telling.
Oh. Uli like fully just like groans and puts their head on the counter.
Don't do that. You were going to put me in that position.
You have a better relationship with her.
Yes, but this is sort of big.
Okay, maybe we both tell her.
Oh. Oh, I don't.
Skriana is still watching all this.
Yeah.
Both siblings fully on the counter.
I don't. Well, I was going to say I don't understand, but now I do. Usually, you would rub your new dominance in the face of someone who was once over you. But I also know my family, and if I suddenly became a head, well, it would be a dicey couple of years. Okay, I mean, at least we're not that, you know? Speaking of, if your family is looking to make noble connections. Now, the Shadow Dusks have been underground for a very long time. But one day we will return to Waterdeep, and on that day, it would be best to be aligned with us.
That just sounds like you're planning on taking over the city.
Well, it's not going to be violent, but yes, the overall plan is take over the city. I mean, isn't that sort of what every noble family is trying to do, if you think about it?
I hate that you're
kind
right.
of right, yeah. Now, I, the Shadow Dusk, the Malarican, and the Envial Stones, in a sort of union of underground nobility, a part of the city that is not only overlooked, but perhaps even more important than the soils, topside stuff. Really, they're only using 2 dimensions if you think about it. Yeah. Maybe I'll bring it up. I'm not really in charge of the family. Neither am I. We are merely messengers, and we are making our own progress in this world.
Willie is like kind of like looking between Skriana and Ilda, like really hoping that they'll be friends because Ilda can bully Skriana into being more normal.
Yeah, and that's what you said in the note. She
Yeah.
like, as you look at her, she gives you this exact note. And there's this simply connection of like, you say.
Willie is like,
I mean-
please for me.
Yeah, you said you were keeping your name hidden topside, though. Well, yes, but if these connections could be made, that would be possible. But obviously, hush, hush. How about I introduce you to some of my friends from noble families? You won't mention your name, but you'll get to know them better. Yes, this works excellently. Only looks at you. Krios,
like
whose fingers are steepled in front of her.
like cartoonishly evil. Uli like draws a little away from the counter again. And is like just very quietly like, yeah, I know, but thank you. I owe you so much right now.
You know, there is so little good about the Shadow Desks.
I know.
Then why?
She's-
You know why is she here?
Because look at her.
You look back at her and like, God, you know that one like whenever I take a photo of a friend, he always his resting face looks completely evil. Like it's just exactly that, but there's a maniacal grin on there as well.
Uli's like, she's literally never had a friend outside her family. She doesn't have to be like that. We can fix her.
Don't you know how much I love fixing people in stories?
See? And the way I got fixed was running out into nature and getting the shit kicked out of me a few times, and I didn't want to do that to her. You were the better option.
Of course I was the better option. Oh my god, okay.
Thank you, I love you, I owe you my life. And Uli just walks away.
No, you
Just fully gone.
you like fully gone, you like hide behind some stuff and eventually Ilde and Scram
No,
do
just
walk away.
like grabs the mop again and it just like fully like on the other side of the room. Like leave them to it.
Do you know what your sibling's fascination with cleaning is? Honestly, no idea. Weird that he would choose to do that at all, but he did.
They.
No, it's they, but Ilde's kind of just eh. Something about new Uli. No. Anyway, they leave. Hopefully, Ilde does not go the way of Flynn.
Uli is so victorious right now.
Uli try to dwell on the victories
Mopping
about
up
the fact that
blood
they're gonna have to
with
talk to
more
their dad.
like energy
Their
than anyone should ever have. Mopping up blood.
Uli gets ready to try to count the W's and not the fact that they're gonna talk to their mom.
Literally the exact feeling of like finishing an exam knowing you have 2 more due, but you're not working on those yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Parisian assholes.
Anyways, I'll talk to my mom later. I'll talk to Parisian if they're actually married later.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Parisian,
yeah,
when
gotta
he ran out
figure out
past
where
setting
Parisian
to
is.
Artemis, and it's just like the setting was just Artemis, we need to talk. Or God,
Ooh, yeah, you can.
Artemis is gone. You're just running.
Parisian's just running.
And we'll get to Artemis
Yeah.
after a quick break.
Yeah. I was just about to.
I'm just walking around looking.
All right, we are back and following Artemis.
My favorite part of Believe in You is when Floon says it's floonin' time and starts flooning all over Waterdeep.
The
We
Moon
can't
Star's
shut up.
house is in the North Ward, right?
Yes, I believe I marked it out somewhere.
I'm sure you did. I vaguely remember it. I have no idea where it is. Rohan Villa.
I thought it was like-
Saber.
Huh.
I thought it was.
Wasn't it closer to like in the direction of the Sea Ward?
Maybe it's next to the Temple of the Saldarine? We've never been there.
Here it is.
Where?
Ah, in the Sea Ward. Yeah, Artemis is just gonna take a bit of a longer route. She's not really sure where the party spots are. Actually, she's been generally speaking. But you know,
Make a perception check.
looking at gutters.
On a nat 20, you find Flynn.
What about a 26?
Oh no! Even if we're going by DCs, this was a 30.
Sad.
No, you keep an eye out. You make your way over to Moonstar Alley.
Moonstar Alley, which is where?
Right.
So do you not see that?
here.
Oh, here we go. I was so close. I had gotten so close.
Yeah, you were right there.
Artemis thought that she saw Floon for a second and got distracted.
You thought it was Floyd, but it was just a homeless man.
Do you know where Flynn lives?
No.
I wish I lived somewhere.
I wish I
Sorry.
lived with Floon.
I wish I lived with Floyd. He's a cool guy. You know Floyd.
Everyone loves Floon. Artemis mutters under her breath, like,
You walk into the house and a servant says, it's the trans skull, right?
yes!
Sorry, I didn't recall each of your names.
No worries, Artemis Rataglusiagoli. It's not a big update for anything. We just have a little more information and a couple of questions that we were hoping to speak to one of the Moonstars about.
Sure, I can go get Helion if you want, Master Helion.
Yeah.
Will it take me a moment?
Artemis doesn't know what to do with herself and someone else
Yeah.
stands there.
Another
not even like hand claps, just like fully like arms out at her side, standing completely still.
Damn, we're bad at appointments.
God, we're so bad at appointments.
We're so bad at appointments. Because she's trying so hard not to snoop around the house.
Ooh, I
Who had
can't.
the instincts of both a criminal and a cat.
And a spy.
Just wants to look around so bad.
Who touch the little objects.
After a little bit, Helion does step into the larger hall and says, could you go into a separate room? And we shall
Okay.
discuss whatever. And he makes you over and sits you down. Would you like some tea or anything?
No, it's okay. Hopefully, I won't need to take up too much of your time. You haven't seen me Floon around. I don't remember his last name. Blagmar? Yes, it's Blagmar. I remember it perfectly. I don't know why I said.
Yes, it's Blagmar.
Have you seen him anywhere?
How recently?
Like today-ish?
Oh no.
Yesterday?
What about like yesterday night?
Also no.
Okay, I'm just
If
like.
you want me to
kind
get
of-
specific about, chicanery that Flood has gotten up to, I'm afraid I cannot do much.
Insight check.
Did you fuck Floon?
That's
Holy shit.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I was so close to fighting him!
Artemis, you narrow your eyes. The answer he gave was pretty casual, pretty off the cuff. Almost too casual and off the cuff.
Did you fuck
And as you sort of
Floon?
whisper, yeah, he's telling the truth. Hasn't seen him recently, doesn't know what he's up to recently, knows that Floon gets up to trouble. Because you squint a little closer, it's just like, yeah, in this instance, he's covered, and normally people would just keep looking on. But he also wants you to drop this line of inquiry pretty quickly. And you're looking like where exactly his eyes are looking, and you're tracking like, okay, top left means that he's thinking this sort of thing, yada yada yada. That's based on a memory. You come up and down. Artemis, you don't know how you know,
Yeah,
but you know.
I know.
This man's gotten intimate with Floon before.
Yeah. Artemis takes this as another point in Floon's favor. In the Floon is definitely the man she needs right now.
Why did Artemis think that, huh?
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 And just kind of like, sorry, that's not irrelevant right now to Oh, Artemis makes eye contact, and he knows she knows it. She knows. So she does. And so on and so forth. I
It
actually
was only
came-
with a knife. It was just, it barely happened.
Oh! What happened?
What happened?
Artemis assumes that they did a crime together, and just kind of like, yeah, of course,
more intimate than crime.
we wouldn't hold that against you. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know. Sorry, it's been a flustering couple of days, which is partially what I needed to discuss with you.
Why did you use the word flustering?
Oh, now they're both in trouble.
It's a better word. I mean,
Listen, hold on.
been a lot. Yes.
What do you think happened with me and Floon?
Artemis tried to calculate in her brain what this could have would mean. An affair?
That did not happen.
Okay.
Okay, just clearing that up.
Yeah. Artemis trying to remember what her friends told her an affair was.
It's like a secret.
Yeah, okay, cool. So it's not a secret.
Why are
Sorry.
you flustered and looking for Floon?
Oh, Flu knows a lot of things. Flu's,
No, he doesn't.
I feel like he does.
He doesn't.
But, like, he knows, like, he, like, would know, like, what it would mean if, like, a girl kissed you or something. If that hypothetically happened in, like, a space where that might have happened.
I think anyone could tell you what it means if a girl kisses you. There
was. Do you know this ring? Pulls it out of her pocket.
Okay, so when a girl gives you a ring...
No, it's. No, okay, you know the dragon that you were looking for in the dungeon?
Yes, I was sort of wondering how this conversation was going to get to that.
Yes! Sorry, I was trying to get that. It just wasn't related. You've become less. Hang on. You've become less flustered, and I've become more flustered.
Yes? Because we cleared up my thing. Your thing is
you're
not
having.
cleared up.
It's super. There's nothing to be cleared up. I'm looking for Floon because he was with a friend, and then he got really drunk and is presumably lost in a gutter somewhere. That's why.
Perception check.
Yeah. It's gonna be bad because she literally just told him why she was looking for Floon. I just do this with disadvantage. I'm doing this
Do it with disadvantage, yes.
16 perfect evens.
He got on advantage insight check. Oh, actually, wait, I gotta double check his wisdom. It's gonna be really close.
I hate it here. Every time we try to steer this conversation back.
No. No one gets to make progress on anything today. Yes!
What did he get?
He rolled double 13s, got a +4 to insight.
Fuck! Oh, so we both wrote the same number.
No. Double 13s +4.
Yeah, but I wrote
Double 16s.
I wrote
yeah,
double
it was
11.
really weird.
Oh, that was weird. Anyway, it's
Listen.
not relevant to our story.
No, I agree. It is not relevant. I will say this.
Uh-huh.
Please do not solicit Floon for romantic advice.
Why not? He's like really good at it.
No.
And believe me, I don't need romantic advice.
You clearly do.
What? Why? No, don't. We're here to talk about business. Why can't I solicit Floon for romantic advice?
Because he's not good at it, and I'm worried that you're a little inexperienced, as he's going to say the wrong thing.
He has a lot of, useful things to say usually, and it's not
I
like
mean,
I mean.
Not about Romance. Okay. Floon is very good at getting people to. How old are you?
Counts on her fingers. Wait, no, I said I was 23. Yeah.
Do you say that?
Yeah, she says that.
How old are you actually?
We're not okay. We're not sure how old I am, and we're not really sure how Tabaxi age. So I could be 23.
But you know you're not.
I'm an adult.
Okay. We'll
So
go with that.
obsessed with this.
Floon's
Everyone's interactions today have been so good.
It's so bad. I hate it here. I would rather us do TBK.
So Floon is very good at finding people to have intercourse with. Oh, good. You know what that was.
No, that was me. Magnus in real life because of water. Artemis just goes, uh-huh.
And you know what that is.
Yes.
I can hear Magnus deciding, like, do I want Artemis to know what this is?
I feel like we determined that she didn't early
Okay.
on. Like maybe like a month ago.
Which is... But he's not very good at staying in a relationship.
Right.
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 And just based on your whole... He sort of does a little hand gesture towards you. I feel like that's closer to what you would look for.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, if I like... Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
So Floon
Yeah.
is not the best person to get advice for you.
But Okay, maybe okay, here's... It's not... I don't know if it's romantic... Listen, okay, that's not what we're here to talk about. And, you know, obviously you're probably busy with things and stuff.
I mean,
It might not be romantic. I don't know.
you don't... And we're talking about the girl that kissed you.
I don't think I feel romantic towards her because when she kissed me, in my head I was like, what about hypothetically? In the hypothetical situation. Because hypothetically, if a girl were to have kissed me, I would have hypothetically thought about a different girl if it was not the, you know?
Oh, okay. And this action was very much the girl kissed you.
Yeah.
Okay, so doesn't sound like anything really wrong happened there. Just maybe you should tell this other girl how you feel. Is the issue that she's in a relationship or something?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think someone thought she was, but like she wasn't. There was a whole thing about that actually. But it's, I mean, like I don't have. I don't. You know.
I do know, but I'm finding difficulty seeing precisely where the problem lies. So this other girl kissed you, and you thought of someone else.
Well, I'm not like in words and stuff. But, like for maybe for like a sec. Like I don't know why. I don't know.
You don't know why.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be because you like this person.
I think there is a like 15-second of silent pause, like in actual game space, where Artemis just kind of like fully like blank screens behind her eyes.
3 rounds of combat passed.
Yeah, 3 rounds of combat passed. Like what? Like her.
Yes.
What's it like when you like?
It's pretty much exactly like what you're describing. The fact that you think about her in regards to those other actions.
But like, how do you know?
It's. I mean, all emotions are sort of just.
Is this how you feel about Floon? Sorry, who said that?
It's all based on emotions, but it's also based on something that you want and that the other person wants. And if you. It sounds like you want to get much closer to this person, then that's how you know. I might not be the person to go to for this advice either, but I am at least better than Flynn.
I mean, I haven't. I mean, I would have to go to Floon and ask about it. But last time I talked to her about it, he said something. I blacked out. I think. I don't. I don't know. Um,
Yes, that would be Flynn.
yeah. Anyways. Okay.
Yes, so did this other girl try to get you a ring? Because that means something very different.
No. Okay. So. We were in the dungeon.
Yes.
And then we died. That's not related. I'm just trying to set up. And then when we undied, we kept going into the dungeon because we were running away. This is very encore to everything we do. And you said that the dragon that you were looking for is like being corrupted by darkness, and the place where we ended up was very much a oppressive place. There was some kind of magical effect maybe that disallowed light to shine properly. It was very much like shadowy, seemed. And it's positional wise and just like symbolism esque corresponded kind of to like we knew what the upper level was of, and it corresponded on this fresco that is in the second layer of the Mad Maid's dungeon, which it doesn't mean it's entirely accurate. There's
So
a
what
lot
you're
of-
saying is that you're pretty sure you got on the level that had Umbraxacar.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. And it's been days.
I gathered.
There were kids in our house. That's okay. So, back onto that. I'm not sure if you have any more information about Braxicar information. If there's anything about like perhaps religious, like a cult influence. There were like beings down there. We didn't get to see them. We were trying to kind of like get out of there before we got killed again. So we didn't really stick around, but there were beings that were chanting thing in Artemis that they were doing to Helion. And there was a secret room, and when we went into the secret room, there was this like vision that played where there was a handsome man and another man that was not explicitly described as handsome. So I would simply have to assume he was less handsome. And
if I may quickly remind you,
I was looking for the notes. Yeah.
Yes, of course. There was a reason that the other man was not described.
Yes, because I was looking through the eyes of, the other person, but there were two people, and they were in a jungle. And the person from whose eyes I was looking at, gave the other person this ring, and I was wondering if that had any to you, to Umbraxicar's history, or maybe it's just dungeon.
He leans over and picks up the ring. I He's thinking real hard. There might be a cult presence, yes. But he gives you a look. I don't know enough about this.
Uh-huh. Will there be another person who knows more, or?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Just come with me.
Okay. Out of his voice. So I could have avoided this conversation.
And he takes you and leads you upstairs. It's a bit of awkward. He just doesn't. He seems to be deep in thought, so you have successfully brought him off the track of the previous conversation.
Oh, thank God. Artemis is thinking about it, though. Oh, Lord, she is thinking about it.
And he knocks on a pair of big double doors. Graham, someone is here to see you about Embraxacar. And you hear a voice on the other side. It's fairly faint, but the door opens, and you see that there is like a fairly old-looking servant in a nice suit that opens the door. Like a old woman in a suit. And you see a large four-poster bed. And you can just barely make out shape in it. And you hear all right, come in. And he walks in, and so do you.
Yep.
Now, would you like to recount what you saw to Lady Wyland Moonstar?
Yeah, Artemis just gives the whole spiel. Probably condensed a lot because she got it out already. And just kind of like holds up the ring if she was handed it back, or like gestures towards the ring in Helion's hand.
When you hold up the ring, you see the first signs of what look like life to this person. And she's quite old. She's got like very flabby skin that would indicate that she was once fat, but over time just like got thinner and thinner to the point where now the skin just sort of sags around her, and like several liver spots. But when you begin talking, her eyes are just so bright as she inspects you. She says, Dolmo, Helion, please leave us alone for a moment. Wyland, this is still. I mean, she is an adventurer. If she's going to kill me right here when she's alone with the room with me, it'll only be more trouble for her. Just go. And they both slowly walk out the door. And close it! There's no point if you don't close it. The door closes. Young lady, what's your name?
Artemis Ragtag Lucia Goli, at your service, ma'am.
You can drop the ma'am. It feels so weird on you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I need you to be as comfortable as you need to be here, dear.
Oh, okay. I'm not like really uncomfortable. You had a like emotionally fraught conversation with your grandson. It's not relevant. It's not relevant. I'm sorry.
People who aren't uncomfortable don't talk that quickly.
Right, you're right. Okay, sorry. Let me just. Business. Doing business. It's important. I saw that phrase here. You wish to speak to me alone, ma'am? Miss Moonstar? Lady Moonstar? Why?
Yes, Lady
Why?
Moonstar is fine. Wyland is also fine. It's, again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've heard of you. You're the group that Helion sent in at my request to help out Gleister.
Yes.
Yes. All right, I'll let you know the information I had. Even when I was a young girl, I never met Van Rek Moonstar. I simply knew what my grandmother knew. She was alive around the time. And I always remembered that, well, Van Rek Moonstar turned our house on itself. He aligned himself with Saloon's sister, Shar, the Lady of Loss.
Mm-hmm.
This is certainly a clergy of darkness that would fit with the description that you gave.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Now,
so sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to find my original notes about Braxikar, but that was so long ago.
yeah.
I have it. I know I have it. You can keep going.
Yes.
Found it.
So as I'm sure you knew the rest, Van Rack, Lady Alethane, my great great grandmother, the sister of Lord Van Rack, presented evidence of his crimes to the City Watch at the time, including slavery, arson, theft, murder, to try to strip him of his title. Though he was ordered to be captured, he then escaped with his followers into Undermountain.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, a strike team from below attacks the followers of Saloon above.
Mm-hmm.
And it is continually sent by Van Rack. But Gleister, we sent Gleister in as an attempt to, as an attempt to kill him at first, although I suspect now Gleister always hoped he could talk him out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Van Rack has lived much longer than any human should, almost certainly undead. And Gleister was... How much do you know about shadow dragons?
Um. Well, I know exactly what you guys told me, but just assume that I know all of that because if my player didn't write it down, that's on me. At this.
Shadow
Um.
dragons are dragons that have been affected by the Shadowfell. It's a substance of... Not darkness is not the right word. I suppose the closest word would be depression. Of pointlessness. Of nihilism. And that is very much in tune with the followers of Shar, of Loss. And to have this energy become a part of your being, to a creature as magical as a dragon, it is a feeling more somber than you or I could imagine, and it is constant.
Mm-hmm.
My great nephew, he calls the dragon Umbraxakar. And I understand that, but I still believe that Gleister can be saved. And shadow dragons have never been able to return to their former self. but I think that there is a first time for anything. The man that you described in the vision that you saw, that was Van Rack Moonstar. At least the description fits him perfectly. And the man that you were was almost certainly Gleister.
I was about to ask Dragon Gleister was. I think metallic dragons can take human form.
They can.
Alright. So they were important to each other, and is the hope that perhaps by recalling the past so do you have a thought on how exactly to bring Blister back, or is it just kind of like a play it by ear thing?
It's the first of Uktal today. My family, worshippers of Saloon. There's the Feast of the Moon, which usually occurs at the final night of Uktar and the first day of Night Hall. It's when the moon is full, but worshippers of Saloon oversee all sorts of celebrations. This month it's intended to be the most powerful. I understand why you ask me this question. I understand why Helion views Gleister as Umbraxacar. I even understand that my mind is not always all there these days. But Jude looks down at the ring. It's hard to know where I get the information from, or this unwavering faith. But you don't live this long without seeing a pattern or two in things. Don't focus too hard on how it will be done or what it shall be done. You just need to do what you can and what you think is the right thing to do. And she hands you back the ring. There
I pull
are...
back out of my little string and then puts it in my pocket. The string is tied to the inside of the pocket.
Keep that very close. There will be more of them.
Yes, it was important.
Yes, precisely. I would find as many as possible before confronting Gleister.
All right. And what about Van Rack?
Oh, I've never had much hope for Van Rack.
Well, I mean, if he, had was he corrupted by something, have a change of heart, or perhaps he was never all what he seemed. If we could save Gleister, maybe even in the end, he can go to a better place than what is in place for him now.
Van Rack has committed many worse crimes, but if you think that he can be saved as well, then maybe you're the right people for this. I've always worried the only people who can get to Gleister are adventurers. And I think this really isn't the job for an adventurer.
Well, there's lots of different adventures, but I don't think you're wrong. I think, if there's a hope of saving someone, then you should take it, and perhaps that is something I need to remember more and more. It gets hard. It gets hard. It's not just being an adventurer, it's having to stay alive that it gets hard. But
do you want to make an insight check?
yes. Always. I want to make that in.
Can you imagine? Do you want to make an insight check? Nah.
25.
Cool. You say these things, you mumble them, and only then do you really stop to think about what she said and the way she said it. She was looking at you with a smile when she said that this wasn't the job for an adventurer. And you sort of remember how uncomfortable that word has always felt on you and your friends, and how much it's given to you and not taken.
We're not. Even if we're not the people to do this, even if we don't come back, dragons live a long time, and there will be people to do this, and
Unfortunately,
we're going to try.
Unfortunately, dear, dragons live a long time, but I do not.
Well,
And I am the last of my family who truly cares about this. I've already well over a century old, which is pretty old for a human.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see this through. And you shouldn't be afraid to have someone else's hopes placed on you. I couldn't say the sort of horrors that you've undoubtedly been through, but I will say this. And she clasps your hand in between hers, and it's in that way that is both so frail and so full of strength. And she says...
Just like my grandma.
And she says... I think you're going to do amazing things.
And I'm not going to let you down. You have to hold in your mind that something can be done, and that's the only way to get things done properly. And we're going to get it done. We are. Because it's what has to be done.
Smiles. Well, it doesn't have to be done, but you're going to get it done because you can do it, and you want to.
Yes. What?
Gives you a pat. All right. Any other questions?
I mean, that was kind of really it. You wouldn't happen to have any, big magical items for, fighting undead?
Ooh.
No, it's okay. We'll figure that out. Unless
There is a powerful sunblade associated with my family. You're not going to ask me about it?
I mean, I would hate to take a family heirloom, but it does sound like it would really use.
So ask me about it.
Can we, I don't know, borrow it?
Oh, unfortunately, Van Rack already took it.
Alright. We'll just get it from him first.
Exactly.
We'll just get it from him first. Can it our part to use a knife? We'll figure it. Well, thank you. This was very helpful. At least we know what we're going up against, or less now.
A bit more, perhaps.
Yeah, a bit more. And really, that's like a solid 100% more than what we. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
And well, tidings. Sorry, I'm really bad at the like formality thing, but thank you. You've given me a lot to think about. Father's great nephew, strangely. Are you guys all like this?
Oh, perhaps.
This has gotten. I don't know how to end conversations. Usually people are trying to kill us, and obviously you're not. So
I could give it a shot if you want, but I'm a very old lady. Trying to stab you might just break my whole wrist.
Oh, I would hate for that to happen. You need to, be alive and well when we get your dragon friend back. I'm just gonna go now. Thank you.
She
See
waves.
You, hopefully within the month.
And you walk out the door, and outside are sort of like the two dudes just really awkwardly standing there.
Okay, so it was really okay. Cool. So you guys have been. I wasn't awkward the whole time. I have to go. Whoa, God, sorry. I'm just so bad at people now. Your grandma's cool. She's great.
Yeah, I mean, she's a little. Yeah.
Grandmas are great. Just in general.
I mean, she's, technically my great aunt, but yeah.
She's an old, wise female figure in your life. That's your grandma.
I do call her Gram.
Yeah.
Anyway, so good luck with the dragon issue.
Yes.
And the lady issue.
We're gonna do great on both counts. I'm not sure what great means for the second, but we're gonna do it.
I think great on the second one means giving little kisses.
I have to go. Free just gave me a sending message and she said I had to go immediately.
That's the exact reaction I wanted. Thank you.
Bye. Fucking swoops out a window. Gone. Oh my god. A sunblade? Treasure?
Fraser.
Treasure?
And we move over to Bree. Carling, Kate, and Jeffert all sort of sit awkwardly with you in the hearse. It's not that awkward, honestly. A lot of silence, but it's not the worst silence.
Free's definitely been sat through and caused worse silences.
Mm-hmm. You get over here. I'd say the next bit of the day passes in a bit of a blur. How much do you think Free helps?
Free, are we going around doing like a couple different ceremonies? Like, when we first arrive, what is like?
Help doesn't involve ceremonies yet. It's stuff like they bring you into one of these small buildings, which is a mausoleum that ends up being bigger on the inside, and they have some areas set up, like they're moving bodies onto a plinth, and there's going to be a cremation sort of deal. How much do you help with that? Do you just let various initiates take over everything, or do you feel compelled to just help with the manual work?
Oh, the manual work, that she understands. That's closer to the medical side of things that she is a lot more comfortable with and familiar with. So she busies herself as much as she can.
You busy yourself with stuff, and a lot of people are sort of. A lot of people you haven't met sort of are a little confused at why you're helping, and when they sort of say, "Don't, I got it." You see that Jeffrey always gives like a shake of his head.
Free like lifts her hands away. I don't want to be in the way. If you would rather.
You're not in the way, and it's. We are in the business of closure, and I wish to assist you with that, however possible.
Okay, this ceremony isn't for me per se. They're not my kids.
I am aware.
Okay.
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 I'm not sure what your impression of me is.
Do you want the truth?
Well, it's hard to say any amount of an impression succinctly.
Oh, so bad. Understood.
It's not bad, just more complicated than I would like. I tend to be rather direct.
Oh, thank God.
So, you asked me what my impression of you was, and I would have to go down the whole list, which could take a while. If you had something specific you were worried about, I would rather you ask.
I hope my presence here does more help than harm.
I imagine it will. It is simply atypical, but that is not, in and of itself, bad.
I suppose that's good enough. I trust that you'll tell me if I become in the way.
What was that last bit?
I trust that you will tell me if I am in the way or doing something incorrect.
Immediately.
Without hesitation, dog.
Free nods.
And yeah, you move stuff around. There's some interest. It's like a lot of people end up actually going through the stuffing and the body parts, and there's some overall concern. They do a handful of rituals. You'd sort of expect like maybe a bit more. They don't react in as much horror as you would expect.
Honestly, it's for the best.
Yeah. No, they just take it and they sort of get to work. Like, this was a terrible thing that happened, and it's bodies and blood, but, like, it still has to be done by someone. Right?
And I think it's like, ooh, everyone's like so straightforward. I'm not sure what like Free was like expecting, but like, there's her experience with funerals, if we can call them that, is a lot like, ooh, big ceremonial, like burning incense, big flowing robes. Like, oh, this is so straightforward. It's so clean.
Are you referring to the funeral as the ritual sacrifices?
It's, you
Yeah,
know,
love ritual
the ritual involved with, the preparation and cause of death. There was like ceremony that followed afterwards as well. It's almost a funeral.
Free, because you're also hyper paranoid, you have noticed that Kate has been talking to some other initiates, and given the occasional glance, is almost certainly talking to them about you. It happens a couple of times.
Free waits until Kate passes at some point to ask, so what exactly were you talking about?
I mean, I don't know, it's just a column for it that's not a part of the church. It's sort of a thing to say. I didn't think that was a secret.
That really is so strange.
Well, I mean...
Do people not just travel regularly? All of my friends have traveled. Are all four of us weird?
Oh, no, it's not the traveling part. You know? Like, there's lots of Kelmvorites from abroad, and it's like, hey, when you get to the city, you can hang out with other Kelmvorites, and there's a place for you to stay. We've already got that. But you're sort of
I
like...
didn't know that there were this many of you.
Oh, I mean, not a ton, but in the City of the Dead, right? This is where we sort of all come to help. Face goes kind of flat. She does that exact polite cat face for a moment. No, it's just sort of weird that, because like the way you've got a whole bunch of actual magical divine energies, you can perform miracles and blessings and stuff. And all of us together, we can perform a ceremony every once in a while, and like some of us have some abilities, but you're like crazy with abilities. And it's sort of like the way that you're supposed to, the way that gods give their magic is through like devotion to their cause.
Yes,
And
it doesn't need a church.
Yeah, but it's also like, how do you? It's not something you can stumble upon. I think.
Isn't it? But death is everywhere. It feels like an rather easier one to come in contact with. That frees like rethink like the amount of death I have experienced is an outlier and should not have been counted. I retract my statement.
No. You're right. I mean, everything dies, right? That's the whole thing. But like, Kellamvor isn't the only god of death. But you got these abilities from Kellamvor.
I suppose our causes align the best.
I don't think it's something that can just happen on accident. I think it has to be very purposeful. And maybe not on your end.
No, it wasn't delivered on my end.
Yeah. So no, it's just a little. It's the first time I've heard of it, and so it's worth talking about. I feel like.
Well, I suppose if you or any of your friends have insight.
Oh, we don't. We all think it's kind of weird.
Understood.
Not bad weird.
No, I suppose not.
Anyway, I'm gonna get back to the whole setting up all these corpses thing.
Yep.
Hey, you know, if you deal with problems like this again, well, maybe not exactly like this, but, you know, an issue of some sort, you can come to us for help.
And you're all just here in the City of the Dead in general?
Oh, well, I mean, every day there will be some people going through here, but no, I actually live in the dock ward.
Why was I told, when I was looking for Kellambrites, to meet at a gate at sundown with cryptic messages then?
I mean, did you ask to meet with Kellamvorites or one guy?
Pretty sure I was just looking for a Kellambrite.
Huh. Well, who gave you these directions?
SP, do you remember who gave Free those directions?
I'm pretty sure you got that from...
Wasn't that like, she was talking to one of the NPCs that we know, like, it wasn't Blackstaff, maybe it was Durnan.
Not Flume's not.
When did you... Oh, I should have it. I might have a note on it.
So
I don't know, I don't think I
No,
wrote down who told us, but let me see.
Alright.
I don't remember.
Well, you don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, some freak.
I don't remember.
He's like, free shrugs.
Maybe it seems a little odd to you that you don't remember that. Anyway, yeah, you can usually find at least one of us here every day.
Okay, I would love to say that
Hey, out of character, can you please ask what the deal is with the Chemrite you met? The one who gave you the celestial reliquary?
Oh, Ambrose. Yeah, everyone seems to. I don't know, there's a very strange energy whenever I mention Ambrose.
It doesn't seem like he works here. It seems like he's just a
Everyone
rat
seems
that they can't
very
get rid of.
surprised that he's the one that I met. Is he
Is he what?
strange?
Important?
Oh, I wouldn't say he's strange. I mean, I guess a little bit, only in that way that all old people kind of are.
Okay, why is everyone so strange about him then?
I don't think they're that strange. It's just sort of like... I mean, his whole deal was that he was never like a cleric of the church. He was just sort of a dude who worshipped Kellenborg, which is a thing that anyone can do, right? You don't need to be part of the church.
Mm-hmm.
But then after, like, he got pretty old, he considered his duties were... Part of his duties was sort of patrolling the City of the Dead to make sure that no grave robbers come in or anything, because that is a thing that happens sometimes.
Free things about her friends. Nods.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, it's nice that he's around. It's not bad or anything. It's just like, oh, hey, he wants to help. We know him well. It's all good. I don't think
Thinking, like,
it's strange.
so
Man,
it
maybe
is
he-
even stranger that I was directed specifically to find him.
Man.
I mean-
this was the guy who gave you the the celestial reliquary.
I mean, he is a worshiper of Kellenborg.
I suppose. I mean, it was all in reference to my learning more about the Cumberite worship and church as a whole, but I suppose it got me here.
Maybe that was the plan all along.
People and their plans.
Sorry?
No, this is certainly not the worst plan that's happened recently.
Stop looking at me.
No, I'm just seeing what you're drawing.
Okay.
I feel like it's a... Yeah, I mean, maybe this plan was good. Okay. Right. Okay, but yeah, I just want to make sure that you don't... I mean, maybe this is rude to say, but it felt like you put a whole bunch of stuff on yourself, and then you kind of freaked out when you got here. And freaking out isn't bad, but putting all this stuff on yourself is.
To be fair, a lot of that was just concern that I would be arrested.
Fair enough.
I'm glad that
We were going
you
to.
didn't.
Period.
Period.
End of sentence.
He's like, damn, if that were me, I probably would have called the cops.
No, we wouldn't have. We would have tried to fight it ourselves
Yeah.
and or have
Yeah.
run away.
I
would
would
not
have been
have-
like, let's hear them out, and if they're a murderer, we kill them.
Yeah, we would have been like a lot more on guard. To be fair, we had magic and they did not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you did not call the cops on me and that you were able to bring the children here. Thank you for your work.
We of the Church of Kellenborg are happy to help.
Really smiles very neutrally. They're like, the Church of Kellenborg is like, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She seemed to just like it was a little performative on her part as a sort of like,
Yeah.
you know, playful gesture, and the fact that you seem to get weirder about it does make her feel weirder.
Oh, and like 2% weird. It's just like, yeah, the church.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, getting some real anti-organized religion with free.
Oh yeah, from the start, baby.
Oh yeah, it's coming out real hard.
Is there anything particular that us Kellenborites need to do?
Us Columbarites, you know.
How do you do, fellow Columbarites?
Is this... Wait, hold on. Is that first bit something you actually asked to Kate?
No, it's like, as we're like cleaning and preparing the bodies. No. Is there any more to do?
Well, we're going to go through a couple of, anti-undead rites and sort of a couple of rites that will hopefully get their souls sort of back, a couple of mass funeral rites. And then the, final liturgy of fire.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
No, I guess not. It's just sort of like a general sort of cremation liturgy that we do. It's not magical. It's just nice.
Did you create that?
Considering this, like, I'm not terribly familiar with the practice of burning bodies afterwards. One of my friends suggested burning them and then throwing their ashes into the ocean.
Well, if you... let me go ask Jefford something. Job's over.
I want to clarify ahead of time that I don't like the idea of throwing their ashes away.
Yeah, the two of them come on over, and Jefford says, Bree, do you want the ashes afterwards?
Oh, no. I don't want to take that much personal responsibility for them. I think this is the best place for them. Bree's like talking faster as she's explaining, like, no thank you.
Bree voice, please don't give me these ashes.
I want to emphasize these are not my children. I don't want any sort of claim to them.
Oh. Ow. They were nobody's children, dude.
Listen. They are Kalimbor's children now.
Oh, so you're not gonna say yes and throw their ashes to the ocean like a proper ritual? So it's not the payoff? It's just dunking on Parisian, I see.
Hello?
Sorry.
Effie was trying to formulate the best way for Jeffers. Damn, dog, that's kind of cold.
No.
I don't want these ashes. It's like, how are we going to explain that?
Toss it to the sea.
No,
Into the sea! Sorry.
In fairness, I thought it would be a little odd, but I was happy to double check.
I appreciate you checking.
Of course.
I feel like at her heart, Free's like really worried. It's like, yes, burning bodies probably like, you can't raise dead or anything with ashes, but it's like, I want them far away from that house. Terrible things happen to them there.
Okay. And you sit back as they do the handful of first rituals. How do you generally feel, Free?
It kind of like, as before, like, the weird urge to, like, take notes. Because, yeah, she has now identified her, if not a Columbor, right, then a follower of Columbor, which is the most mild way to put a
level
11 cleric, but whatever.
Yeah, Carling hasn't helped with any of the rituals up to this point, but now that you sort of stand away from everyone else, there they are to make it feel less like you're alone.
Like, ooh, she can feel in her heart, like, this is important. Like, this is, like, the end goal after, like, protecting people and getting rid of undead. This is, like, the everyday important part. The natural part of death, which is, like, what she connected with in the first place. The natural end. And, like, it feels weird to, like, this first part that she originally thought that she was connecting with is, like, the most distant from her now. It feels important. She's watching so intently.
Yeah, there's a
Feels
couple
like she
of
should be
rituals.
participating.
You watch a handful of these rituals. There's not a ton of magic energy going on. Honestly, as you're watching some of these, you think that you could probably get magic by yourself that surpasses most of these. That like are performed by like about half a dozen different priests.
Which feels
And-
like a weird show-uppy thing to say.
Well, it is a show-offy thing to say, so you're thankfully you only think it.
Yeah.
And
If you were a wizard, you would have said it.
oh yeah, at some point, Jeffert
Give me a bump.
comes over to you. Free,
Yes.
we are about to begin the Liturgy of Fire.
Free folds like a piece of parchment away and tucks it into a pocket.
And though I did not want to burden you with the responsibility of having to learn a magical ritual that you could have stumbled upon, I was wondering if you might perhaps like to say the final line of the Literature of Fire. It is not something I compel you to do, and it is not something that I would be happier should you do. It is merely something I offered to you in the thought that perhaps it would bring you more peace.
Sorry, distracted momentarily. Kiki's doing charades.
I'm sorry.
Do you want me to repeat anything?
No, you're good. Free, like, stands, hands clasped, like, thank you? Which is not an answer. Takes her a couple seconds, like, I can do that, yes?
Only if you desire to.
No, I think this is what, and with like, not physical finger quotes, but like, you can feel
Yeah.
like what we do. She's like so tentatively putting herself in the category with we.
You don't have to feel like that is a reason to compel you to do it. But it seems like your mind is made up.
You don't have to do it just because you feel compelled to. Free's like, that's why I do anything.
Mhm.
Where do
All
you
right.
need me to
He motions
go?
to a spot over here, and it's sort of like there's sort of an egg shape that's made around the pile as fire begins to look upwards, and it's sort of like, oh, you can make out shapes in the fire, but at this point the fire has mostly overtaken it. And he says this is just related to the final bit, and it should be a pretty short list of words. And he hands you a a very small book of his own, opened up to a page, and he motions to a section, and he says, after I say loss of life is inevitable, but that does not mean it is not tragic, please say the next bit.
Yeah. Like, she's not super in line with, like, saying the last line, like, the importance that feels, but, like, it's important to participate in this, and she's, like, watching the fire, because despite everything, it's, like, the rebirth and the death and all the symbol of it, it's her element, despite everything else that it's connected with. It's just, like, watching the fire carefully away from the book that she was given. Like, she has her own little, like, produced flame, just, like, puffing just in the palm of her hand. Meditative.
And a lot of words are said, but you would be lying if you said that you really heard them. As people sort of go around the circle. You note pretty quickly that everyone else has much longer parts than you do, but that makes sense in a way. And you again think about how this ritual isn't magic, but it sort of is in a way, as you see that you can no longer see what was once those kids through the fire that now overtakes them. And that, one way or another, the ordeal is over for them. Maybe not for you. As you watch the fire and you sort of, within yourself, just feel an inner fire, the same that you use to... So rarely do you cast it, but the same that you use to cast your own hellish fire. And then, thankfully, pulling you out of the trance, you hear, loss of life is inevitable. But that does not mean it is not tragic.
And ooh, these words are so much different than what she grew up with. But she takes breath and finishes. We bring you to safety from those who disturb your rest.
No, hang on, sorry. You have to cut all these moments out because I couldn't hear anything.
God damn it.
It was perfect on time with the music, but I didn't hear it. You're gonna have to try
Yeah.
Speak into the mic. Here, move the microphone closer to your scripts. Alright, we're cutting this out. Resuming
One more
in
time.
5, 4, 3, 2.
The words are so much different from what she grew up with and such a different intent. But she takes breath and reads from her bard book from her new friends. We bring you to safety from those who disturb your rest. Through flame, we bring you to a close to the state you were before your birth.
And you're honestly not sure how well they timed it, although they must do this a lot. As you finish, the final embers just flicker and slowly disappear in the pyre. Bree,
Yeah?
in recognition of perhaps some of this closeness, and how constraining sometimes your subclass can be, considering all of the things that you are connected to, I give you a bonus specifically to do with cremation. On pretty much all spell lists, especially cleric and druid ones, there is a limit to the spells that you have automatically prepared. No more over 5th level happen. To sort of add on to that, you now get one 6th level spell that you always have prepared. You now always have Investiture of Flame prepared.
Ooh, what is that?
Oh, that's so cool.
Your immune
And-
fire damage happens. This is cool.
And on that note, as much like the dandelions floating into the air, small embers and smoke float into the air as well, we end the session of Believe in You. Next time, I think we're going to be going back in the dungeon.
Wait, the next episode is the family episode.
Yeah, it wasn't Carl's
yeah.
family showing up?
Oh, and
In
they
the
are.
dungeon.
You'll be going in the dungeon pretty soon after that, trust me.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you
All
next
right.
time.
What a